production. Born Akakodi Martin Kakari. Kakari a control ball. Martin Kakari. Kakari. Obetima Kwana. Martin Kakari. Kakari. 2 against 1. Martin again. What about the beautiful pass? A chance for Phobia. No, so Dabi. Goalkeeper. Mohamed Kamara. Ekramu Secretary. Center referee. And the ball watching the ball. Martin Kakari was Salima Towns. Beautiful chance. A chance for Nasser Dabi. Kabana Boate. Inside the 16-yard box. Naso. Koroko defense in Amanakai. Lovely play from a Brian Tianitene. Martin Kakari. Oyana Juanya de Masalima Towns and Opiadima Boate Naso Dabi Kabana Boate Wantima Hoto on the ball. Emma Koroko Branch Charitene Lot Amwa Abaka Line Serentanten.
Yeah, I think Kabana Boate
Phobia Benjamin Asare Capito Adema Phobia. The 12th game Adema Phobia. Former goalkeeper Adema Accra Great Olympics. Last season 34 matches and Odemo Adema Olympics. Or spent 3 seasons with Olympics. Wakipo 7 clean sheets this season. Adema Phobia. Fantastic goalkeeper. Bonitente. The ball at him. A chance for Kumasi Asante Goroko. About chance. Now goalkeeper. Good night. Salobian TV Fabon Tony Okotuna. Live on the Metro TV. Live on Original TV. Ghana Football Association Apono. Ubenya Biache. Sanso Ena. Alpha Sports GH. Alpha Sports GH. Ubenya Biache. Alpha Production. Omantao Manade live coverage at the Bramo. Phobia Abranta Emmanuel Amankwa. We're making 8th appearance at Amaphobia. Otefo, was a 1 goal. The only goal was Sadima Phobia. Pando out of Lions week 9. Almost signed Lesotho Nations FC by 2-0 week 11. Omadro Bako against Young Apostles. Supporters and about in their numbers.
Yeah, very good turnout. Sunday afternoon. One more by year. This is the Ghana's version of the El Clasico. So we even expect more. Some are even empty, but numbers no through.
Goalkeeper Benjamin Asare was able situational. Asante Kadoko last season. Back to back and Amantema. Phobia. Amabomo back to back. Our Premier League last season. Phobia Pasomo Tomona Somotela now why. Conabanavier still. Obi Anthony Faba Antonio Cotra. Alpha Production. Benjamin Asaraji yellow card. Pabona Tenteni Bonachenko keeper. Wapia chance for Katako. A chance for goal. A goal. Asante Kotoko. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kevin Osiasibe and the goalkeeper Benjamin Asare. My goodness. Coach Nate Oku.
Wow.
Nate Oku. Nate Oku.
Yeah. He has suffered.
Nate Oku.
Prosper player.
Nate Oku.
Wow.
Why you retire?
Why you retire? Wow.
Oh, you the day.
Football. Football, yeah. Wow.
My goodness.
Wow.
Goalkeeper Benjamin Asare and then Kevin Osiasibe. Kumasi Asante Goroko.
Wow.
About Tottenham.
The best players for us to vote and as our positive down for.
And also see a bomb dear Baba Bijamo. Nay, if you that na yɛde agudie mu nsɛba yɛba bɛto aso kama pɛ timi yɛde ma sɛ oni no yɛtima ko season no nom Herbal area pa mu na afei apgye mu na de akebia yɛde ato aso kama pɛ de amamana ne Komo na jade ba no edos ye papa ni nyina yɛhwɛ na yɛabɔ mmɔden a yɛtumi ɛde atan wizansa kamda no baako mienu miensa na kyɛsɛ yɛbɔ mmɔden a yɛtumi ɛwram na afei de super clash no akɔ so ɛwɔ Accra Sports Stadium ɛna de AFCON U20 Championship a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Egypt mpɔtam no Ghana yɛbɔ mmɔden yɛabɔ yɛn first game yɛbɛkɔ amono ne yɛdi nkɔmmɔ no Manchester United ɔmɔwe na ɔmunya Tottenham Hotspur na afei Chelsea Luton area update awdona eberam etimi edi ama isansa amanone ede ye papa to dia ene se o join here on Fakye TV unya on Facebook wa follow ya wa like wa share wa comment making can comment no etimi edi ama on ne YouTube no okwa be subscribe also no wa like wa share wa comment making can etimi edi ama na ne ama deda ye pa edi ama kama pa eno nso echi no ya carry at all say Fridays bia yeah, the player mention no eba na player mention no midi kan ka se entwe message mfamba obetimi atwe message a contribute on na show na ye no wadwentwe obetimi de aba no player mention no entwe player ni di ma me se me sign ba ema bebo ma o era mo a ya mo ye voice recording no eno so mbo amadwuma di ni nye peye de tie ne se obefa phone no wa record ho a obo player ni di wa che bebi a okasa edifi ti number no 020 754 3637 020-754-3637 Tine player ye bon modern etimi de naba na wa wo fia o hweme wa wo tie mi no wa bon modern abo ni din no osina kere ma Barcelona boboko no oye Poland ni ba na ni din ne da so no say ni esi efre no osina kere ma Barcelona oye Poland ni ba ni aba kwase mu kakra wadago area ma Arsenal da Adamwere ama Juventus boboko no ene no tifie na Barca for no kokofa no ede ne be ni din no eyesen no si ebo no ara ko ni kroma se ni si eka no 020-754-3637 020-754-3637 mi din no ABOU DIABY takirwa odiebe ramu ewo amanone Ricardo Vaz Habib Mohamed Di Maestro Omina Hanoma Betty Omonka, Ezaka Tivina Kasa Bernard Gilbert, Etichi, MC Malik, Jules Etichi, Ayu Philip Seta, Mwakumefi, and Abrantipa Jao Sasses. And Munina, Ebwa Nantutiano, yet made a remedy about Mamena more quick. Mekoba representative of your court, Namaroneseno, yet me up Modi Asha said, I want to Yabebo Modena guys, no, Obia Modebo that they dino, Yamahi videos, Nekaka. Na mahuna on the day your captain no oh na amzoni aba be chire ni boot nyina ade aba ye brena tawdo na eremeti era ma mo na amubiza be ball na ekokobo yesen no mo hye but enye wanwa we ni nyina na first game a ye ba ye be prepare na yeso yakode akwakochu bi ma show ma hye no omobo e free one mema mo enjoy highlight ne kakra titu na no ye captain na eluta kino she game na sema ya na oye center back ejuma no ye no na no edin pa di me da mo me ba ya pe de akidi abeto aso etimi ya da mamo
wow we Rebecca say black magic na e bia wo mo na wo mo ya identify wo mo so
Refi Asena
he has suffered prosper play wow
why you retire
emotionality
why you retire
wow
oh you the day
football ede wow
my goodness
wow
goalkeeper Benjamin Asare and Kevin Asasibe Tumasia Santa Goroko
wow
Ejuma boa ma ne ma koye kama pa etimi ede elmamona yijama ejuma koyi se no no bebo etimi era pa mu na efiera na Friday say ebo modene eba begina ma ya hwefo no ye wa chere bebre ram etimi era ma ntima ka se wa ohwe no player yo daso yi oye Poland niba obo ejuma de ma Barcelona boboko no oye goalkeeper no na metimi aka ni din no You're born and saying 0207543637 0207543637. Me pe audio, me pe video, and then type in mama say me member boy and famao. The audio so he now who say the dino obetimi aba na wabomode the eromo kama pa etimi ede amaye 0207543637 0207543637. Me say remember na class ma be di omon come Zanze Friday bia on si afire hu se ya na gen na so na yabo adwuma BJ Designs na daroma era ne no yabo mo de gen na so ye adwuma na kama pere mama ka ze ne BJ ze ye na abefie abedi nto na aba de edi nipa dodo na eba be hia mu no ode ane so be fa tetifo no na wabo mo de na no ofre no na oni ni di nkomo obehwe na waboa na waye ne kama pere amazanze o pama de na ramu ewo bebi a ye kama ide amana mo nko kra ni bibia eni ade a ti number na 024 320 3144 024 320 3144 na wabo mo de Big James edi nkomo open up ankro market horo wa jumadi obore ade anu edi ti aye abedi nto I from Ababeye, Juma Kudi na mo pese ni mo Friday we no ye hu Juma mama ni no be na when kama pere ama ken bi abo call there. Nyame atomo du na so e. Menzo me ye pa na o highlight no ye bia he. Mi se mo bi yinti de mi wi a na mo me hwe. Ken. Na oni se me yi de na ye ti sa se highlight no wani nji wu bi sa. O da bi se wo intro no mo se wo highlight no. Okay. Aze wa no aye me put them in and the mense no so dos. Dos we two na ma ya mo ahe. Bia na ma nya botra. Ke se bi bia hye. Nyame adum. O bara so ye captain ase de. Oh, bia ye captain. The all turn the obeto omo nkomo nyepe. O there. The all turn the all turn. Bebe na bu me za lo. It dey bi bia. La ma ya ba o. Look take. And right Kuba Biafra no be sawase. Some ball no she gwala. And I was say center back. That 70 me bobi there. Out to bobi why are there pa? Why are there? That money there what yes what put ya besi. Okay. Osa baby oba betete aye be ho ah. There you know boy I call be jira chia boy sababu. They say there. Okay, I'm going why. Right, I'm gonna say so now you now you're breaking it down. Now you're touching it down. Now you're knocking it down. You're not jamu yon power monin sebo. Now mamin sha so Italy me breaking it down jamao. So Ramo Italy pa Italian Super Cup. The confirmation up next year for Italian Super Cup was Saudi Arabia last edition Saudi Arabia and almost the next edition of Italian Super Cup on Papa on Saudi Arabia na next year January 2026 and a betman to so far 4 teams are participating and are ready almost Rome semi-finals. I have 4 teams and the room no Biakwa Kema. See AC Milan and now qualify and what Bologna are qualify, Napoli are qualify, and Inter as well qualify. And 4 teams are Uramo Italy, Super Cup. January 2026, Omo Ebekwa Peso, Saudi Arabia, and Menya Daja breaking it down, attaching it down, Jamamono, Maminko Pep Guardiola, Beka and Rami breaking it down, Amano Pemid in Sempi to one name, as a good news about, as a Rodri, the Ballon d'Or winner, pay 7 months later, Waba Bakwacha trainer say, and you will Pep Guardiola, and so Penny Rodri, Ballon d'Or winner. Now we can't watch it.
In minutes, and after that he will start to play. Please, that Erling is back, that Rodri is back, and the training sessions. So the moment the doctor make a surgery, the moment the physio doctor said Rodri can start to play minutes, and after that he will start to play minutes. But the doctors have to tell me. So it was a difficult injury. It was the injury 7 months to 11 months. More or less, the doctor said he feels really good. Every day is making sessions, but we have to avoid. We have to avoid to make a step backwards and injure again, and that's why you have to be careful. The important is
ɛno ɛyɛ Manchester City boss ɛna Rodri ne come back when you ataja wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu sɛ ɛyɛ injury bia na very bad na day in and day out recovery no getting closer normal so very positive no so mo trying for the final medical clearance and some beka so betimi abo ɛde Man City ahyɛgyesi wetimi hyɛ ɛde na mame Tottenham ɔmo captain ɔno so apra a branch of South Korea ye friend Min Son na a branch and na uramo Jofa Europa League semi-finals ɔmo boy against Bordeaux Glen na Son ɛwɔ go pramano so na ultra video dafa TV so na some of the reactions and ye jama bra na Tottenham team no pusuntina omo ehye goals na nani agya o bom edima team no report amete very soon o panyin baba back abebo adwuma jama Tottenham ompobo ekono na Fabio Paratici obeka mrebi na oya sporting director edima Tottenham Hotspur boboko no panyin edu baby adwuma no omne to nkwanta pae report amete Fabio Paratici ebese ababa ewo Tottenham Hotspur aba abe adwuma Daniel Levy enin atin komo yesi every the month of March nyina Tottenham game bi omo home no Fabio Paratici etimi bam ni wa bere game ni pina so far enkomo bia ma bonten emma announcement bi pae na mom yenhwehwem ayayem and reporter every Tottenham asoya pa Fabio Paratici likely season para we yepe oboba back abebo adwuma ama bia ye kama mame from pimu and from Manchester United. And after the game, our Bilbao Chronom Omuko winning against Athletic Club. Our the semi-finals of Jofa Europa League first leg. Now, game para team my friend Manchester United. Ma Omudaye a training report. I may tell you and Manchester United. Team airfly. Ababe PM our Manchester Chronom. Ababe prepare. Ama na otra game Saudi Arabia. Be bet my command. Now, Mamemko Inter Miami. Boss Aramonica, your friend Javier Mascarano, Naminia Jumabu, and Australia, my mom, Nina some Mascarano at the Tugam, as for 20 years, and ye now over the last 15-20 years, Jumana Luis Suarez, and Messi, and Ne Omuntimi Enyabisa was a dream repi, na Oko Barcelona, na Omo Brody team around Messi, Ultra open some Pep Guardiola, ne Barcelona, Ultra Luis Enrique. Ne Barcelona, who say Ernesto Valverde Barcelona, Omunyana team now, Omo build around Messi, and what you call Argentina, national team Argentina. Close to 15 to 20 years, and also almost build around Messi. Was this a play Messi? And your bonnet as a open develop team now around Messi, open depending on Messi. Now and Messi, Luis Suarez, and Tinam in Tamam, Juma Rebbe. Now Omujano, Omuntimian Sa, and tomorrow criticize Omo, Munyab Chama Omo, and we are some opinion to come. Not even in Miami or Johnny Fakye TV, uko Facebook, uko TikTok, and I say YouTuber, or search for Fakye TV, upenya videos over him. Na mame training in a dasonom, na Abrana Messi, and Luis Suarez ever joining training on. Na sa omunam asom from maternity, and eba nina so omu final preparation ahead of gamer. Omuni New York Red Bulls, eba nyame pechina, and an come final training. I'm a biosot my kama. And no edeba na mami break way down not mean touching it down so ramo panyin pakwa uko buy L4 Leverkusen why many chatimo mom your friend Xabi Alonso na nin samna kwetedwa ne won sama baba da ama jepa me breaking it down mom as likely onu na John Carlo Ancelotti kwa Real Madrid adwuma no opekwa kofa ye na ene o appear before the press and a press conference into me program na enu ne obusan so panyin say so future would that to say Xabi Alonso Biananoa was have nothing new to say about my future. And it's up in the work kabia chreana or see there be answer wakaka the same na ukwal vakusina communication very powerful club communication very good se bibia sesam na bibia betoma Leverkusen communication team communicate about one time the asset on yen central for two when you pay akọ ogusu etima ye fe Leverkusen boss and you some Alonso e dia to ma ye chama mam mamim ko Benfica na coach ye fe Bruno Lage na odin sempia to jam afa play bia why Manchester United play turn akọ Benfica ye fe Alvaro Carreras na Alvaro Carreras na sapla team of Real Madrid 4 penalty. Yes, release clause. 60 million euros. Now, Real Madrid 4 year Matianom. Diamete, as someone contacted to man. You have Manchester United. As someone activated buyback clause. Now, Amontonom. I'm Manchester United. No, Real Madrid. I'm cotton free Manchester home. 30 to 35 million euros. Na opanyeve Bruno Lage was in central form. Muye ni papani name. Bra all Babefa Benfica team na Mosisa play one na Zupe, one na Zuku, one na San. Ewo tima ye fero Benfica. And next season when per player, one more games, Ajama Benfica, per player, why involve no more Bebremon, Ajama Benfica, and Sapla Wim, Panisea, and Najamu Bonabaso, and we are some of Pendia to come. Yet church, I'm breaking it down. Mammy Real Madrid, our the sports city, Valdebe Pass, and the preparation ahead of Celta Vigo. Let me to come. I'm a team prepare, come on, we're training now, read my team. Na eswani so kacha no makoye na Jude Bellingham and we went man you training na Madrid ya and na wasan ko gym what team na ntwanya training na nyina no say me patron pranom enye serious na yes so far e was we fit answer na game omo against Celta Vigo atimi aye ready answer na boy na my future ati amoma ma bia so ye kema and we dey pa Lucas Vazquez na uramo man timam ye fa Real Madrid obviously pempens in pain na taya almost boy no season put away pe one Luka Modric on pemo contract akwesi say club World Cup pe na we no we club World Cup and ye omu peja boy na ye fe Lucas Vazquez omu epeja no kwan na ogrefa Luka Modric o ma hwem so petwa so peja no kwan eno adepa na mame fanto anim asa Barcelona anopami ye adwuma bidima wo brand no me breaking it down asa El Clasico game on the 11th of May Petoja Uramo Barcelona nes Real Madrid papa Barcelona bebo na Barca na Spotify omo partnership and collaboration omo won intinom se Barca wo Clasico game pia omo con Spotify na omo tom artist bako ordinary signature anani logo anani image no omo de ato Barca just no anem omo de to anim se afi ana game on bebo ewo ayamon tweak no na se artist Travis Scott ne de and omo de pa omo de to anim se ne Cactus Jack logo no and omo to be to anim just no anopambe won tuma ma sa just no nyame pa game be to twa no and share a place anom da so and black Diano and a Tassonom, na so far rubber, Mamma Fonto a name, it's a good news so bar, Bassa, Etbanya Sika, so far, breaking it down. Almost for the first time, Ominous Spotify, Etmuram, for the first time, what the artist before Classico, or Pepper Abbey perform live, or Pepper Betonyon, answer a game net mashas here. Now, only just in the people outer, now almost say a dominant buy and so far, bear 1 hour, a launch here pound to man. So far, Etoya, Omunya Sika 1.5 million euros, and just let my generating a job on a just not back 400 euros. What the back Ghana, a pay 6,300 and can 63 million. And Saronia just in the Paco, as to Etmatom, no, next week Friday. I'm going to the black version on so a pepper now about the black version on multi a pepper on 1,000 pieces and on the pepper and also 400 euros and on multi pepper and when you piantoa nurse a how now and net general costa and for to so and on the 1,899 pieces and omo buy na just 1,899 omo ton ya omo nya 1.5 million euros and a Barcelona to me a generator sold out okwa unye pinto next week Friday and omo day a black one at that screen so no omo person etibia no 1,000 makumako 1,000 and omo de bepa now say Barcelona omo gusu aya danema ni nyina se uko Roma nema any Barcelona as still call Barca store me pato nema Jesse number 11 ni di egwachire egusu apostle a omo eton a enkrofoto eno ene daso amdema na Jules Kunte na no pray against Inter Milan ene upremo Barcelona training na me Jules Kunte asa ye sporting o asa no Barca omo training grounds wa o ye training kakrakra eno edeba na mamla mini chama ene star boy asu ekopremo training na utwa just star boy lami chama go back to my picture no answer be video no adwuma no opia with the star boy adia me pacho ye no training no ukopia mo pass mo training grounds a lamini chama akoda ni jinitim wo gene sampa no na daso no pepe tu pe o chasampa na afini ni kina ko ni na Barca ABOU training no good news na boy so far wa poni game number 100 entina e was omutima na guard of honor no mo epopo na chim enyo no nko woni Casado on prior che on so atim ababaka omo ABOU training tin so mo pa na se omo ko no mtim popo machi na omo epo maba so as part of players omo traditions the bet be fine and no edeba ye breaking it down touching it down and knocking it down mami Hansi Flick not menya dwuma Barcelona supporters no na was Inzaghi and central for beside them as a Herbal Lewandowski people be against Inter second leg was it Inzaghi na aswa say mebusa na ontwin kaso be ball and aso mo maybe ebia opapom ni nyina say Robert Lewandowski the recovery no back akaka peja be babet my kema na bontimi confirm my aso opapa na omo Tuesday and you somebody to dam owie and was players in no drum travel akopem Milan and was say onya positive energy admit was sad in some people to enter or cacao.
No, this is our job to come back to the league, and league is the most important, but it's also when you win this title, this is the honest title. So because about a long season, you have to play on the highest level, and for us it's important. It doesn't matter where they are playing in the next season. They are now playing in the La Liga, and this is how we want to. We respect them. We also are focused about that because it's very important to win this.
And we are some Barcelona bossa, your friend Hansi Flick, and the two guys at the MMO. No, we are not some Macandra test again. Or no, any better now what we are so far Champions League. Won't mean now Oman register no abra opra ekopa Ogra just what them goalkeeper na and a better jamom nese La Liga game saka and your Macandra test again and a better and which was the place no away game saka say important and ma omo Barcelona omo etim no na and watching something na tell young Mikel Arteta you pusan so pay no tesa team at your friend Liverpool at Tottenham Archie Premier League, you know, send a Mikel Arteta said Hanukkah can you I will show you Mikel Arteta.
Me there, so
has it hurt you this season not winning the league?
Yeah, big time, yeah.
Do you want to expand on that?
It's in my tummy there, so I understand that it's a team that has been more consistent and it had a lot of the ingredients that you need to win it, but it's very painful, yeah.
Because this was meant to be your year. This was meant to be, if City didn't win it after 2 years of finishing second.
Yeah, I never thought like this. It's not that simplistic.
Teta and I would say all Casa was say ahead of the Champions League or born now before or run local no say players or prepare a bit party no is suspended or share Kala Fiori any other players are your gino mina or motitu together now I'm gonna need to set no vibes in our throw now jogging on a flamingo almost sporting director you say Porto and you say oh jogging over this is sitting up on a way no person bantem ever prepare before the FIFA Club World Cup. Na be sweat my kama. Na Osman Dembele confirmation about as a right no hamstring no enwonya on the right thigh. And otimnya hamstring go na reporter pass a game against Strasbourg. Omobi against Arsenal or Bay Red Japan play kama. Na Enzo Maresca confirming as a Chelsea planning as a Liverpool guard of honor our Stamford Bridge on Sunday. Now 2014-15. Abra Liverpool, Chelsea, me patro guard of honor na e piano besi na wotwa we I reverse versa na biaso ayekama eno edeta ye jam Enzo Maresca edin sempia tuka ese eba football ojide mapaso some ana guard of honor na biaso yekama.
You have to do, and we're gonna do, because first of all, you know, they won the league, so it's they deserve that, and hopefully we can be.
And we have somebody to do. We are now a reference and a slot. As we say, Premier League is the most competitive league. And what area say was it league beyond what Jordan 14th and Jordan 16th, but my European Cup final. We are Tottenham and United.
It's Chelsea away first. We played them earlier on in the season, and I'm completely surprised, not shocked, but surprised if I look at the gap we have with them at the moment, because at that moment of time, they were the better team on the pitch. But we found a way to win, and that is a quality that we didn't need a lot, because mostly we were the better team on the pitch. But in that game, we had to suffer more than any other game, maybe. So to be so.
SMP for Chelsea game no was say open rotating the squad. Our 4 remaining games no na bia sweat my kama and we summer and a slot attitude na Sir Jim Ratcliffe the confirmation about say ni team na e won kan me fe ni nis no omo ton na ukorama ode ama New York based investment banker ye form Lazard ese omo pe buyer emfama no or pay 250 million euros na ama buyer no say team na company beto e buyer den ni nyina say ubrom oligan omo broadcasting right no akwa complicated into omo nyo obi obeto eno e de buyer jeja mo esudama na Ruben Amorim as what catch and squad and say Premier League no position obedi bia na usika e wo se won saka entima players into 2 games out do aka no ase e wo so munye sika omo entimi an daba bia safata krana e wo so munye sika me bia kama na Burnley and Glasgow Rangers as a 38-year-old English striker ye friend Jimmy Vardy omo epeno season pe na we are the confirmation about as we be free Leicester and omo pen Lautaro Martinez so far na otwa we report time to on team come from Inter na second leg against Barcelona yes miracle and a permanent Messi na ubram aso ewo team friend Inter na so player of the month award or no and sakama bibia kama eno edeta wa ye jamu edama Denzel Dumfries and the Champions League player of the week where 2 goals for shine bow boy na chasampa ne performance no awo so ma bibia aso kama na so far Premier League no se ekoba ese Tottenham ene team efano Manchester kofana na ba ko je chese otwa na eba bibia be kama saso ene English club to be the Champions League na eba system doko Champions League next season na eba sa English Premier League no penya 9 clubs ewo Europa urama breakdown ni Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Manchester United ebeko Champions League, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa ebeko Europa na Fulham akọ Conference League na biaso ayekama eno ejeta eti emamo Ian Robin okopiemu etima be pacha fan Groningen omo under 14 okoko chakra me bia eso ayekama onebe coach na 2026 World Cup ebeto dwa me pacha ball no etimi ababonte eno etronda na twinda airborne no na edawa so fe no be na England ese omo World Cup qualify against Andorra Villa on Villa Park September Barcelona for the first time Popo stadium since 2005 and no edge tower ye checha mu eso edamamo na me patron famiram eso ewo TP Mazembe headquarters club headquarters ye training na DR Congo Suda for Pesarando TP Mazembe headquarters for there say aban say the main stadium training na nya ho na so me training but we train on pencil say team run just so far penachina na ko Belgium and TP Mazembe owner no Moise Katumbi na so Roma or position leader and abanani danso ye and no edge tower ye checha mu edamamo ewo eye dwumade no so na me patro me breaking it down so Roma Angola Pedro Luanda attemnati coach contract coach and Ricardo Shiu atimi attemnating contract na former striker right your phenom Flavio Amado and na te adwuma no eso ete amana se omehwe chire na bibia so entimi kama emfa ema wo mo eno ejete ni nyina so na ensem odo a ye bobo no ene awie no yemfa ensia a channel ped African stories tewa pepene mo ye bash digital satellite adaroma ena ye de ensem odo a ye bobo no na awie wa mo no nsem epetamo bash se decoder saudo ho se we decoder business o pebi atu akwakoton ana se o pebi eja show programs outdoor we hotel juma we restaurant and pub na o customers be ba o pe games atwa decoder papa no na so ye o decoder no nya problem bash digital satellite and be solve am o se door to door services ba bia obi ano fe na o pepa no be service ni kama jama and no charge bia fa decoder no fe no kuma say and wo Aprepo Junction o drop Aprepo Junction Fakye biem o free Junction wo ko na so ho no be 2 minutes busase na Kotoko Junction wo ana ship mu ana be friend 0556 287757 0556 287757 o friend obejo so nkomo bia fa di code no wonu wadina bia kama ko na kodo de na daruma ene obo ma chidom ema ye dam no nsema odo a ye boabo no e de bedam ene Friday awia international ABOU DIABY di aka nyina beto aso e de amamo.
Alright, so that case here called Alpha Maluta. Say wabono modiabwa mani amadida ye kama pe timera ma mauze dudona na join your Facebook and receive no bana maba video mon koma na bwa mani ma kuye pera ma ba ke nkwansa nyabotre na mensoro nyabotro wie gina ho e ba ma wa ba be bwa mo ade bi ho bara sidari bi ko Alpha ma amuzu p Herbal mixture amuzu p Herbal mixture my goodness re maka za draw ba ko ofa baby a yedi hu nkomo pa no P aboa ma ne nkofo aye bema mu amara no so no amoma ya kitesi a uzo ma ya akono a baby eko kama pa say that ye oye darling boy ojunso na emu apai sa wanso abia guwa de no ho wadua mana yikru aye kru sa no amasa bisabi untare no ya na wo hu sa abana mu yo ya enam so kra ma huna na ehono ojunso moje diechi ojunso wadini mu yo ya ojunso pampan na diechi no ano ede ya muzu pi na ebebo ama twede no ho emu beye den epema na nkofo uzampa bema na abejuma no oba bejana na so abo ama ne ma deda ye pa etimiera ma no eye amuzu p Herbal mixture na edi se ejuma na ebebo na di mema na yakinamu ye jana so abo ejuma ma baby girls no ama ye more piafo me kan no me nyimu de no so mfimo me baby girls ya na mete mo ho nkoma na me ni age me huma na me ho ato me nyina eneze oye den a oba na abehu no wani bo na nima na so wani bo ni baby a ohwepe no so wakoma ato ye ma the pressure no wo so kra ya na eba fom dani de nyina no mo ho asem ni hia me ye papa oye oba ma baby ncheche enye den nya akono na pampan dia no emma mewra ho eba na sa ya na sudua bafie adwo no amoi onhyada ni achimnyam nyina so re ni china zebzebi eto na mo aye zo kra de no baradwa e de geniema ni nyina ne ze wasiesie ni ya ne center boot no o titan no e ya muzu p secret no bosome ba ku bi obo nduro no entoa no mako nan a eboa man hyehyɛ no koyie pa etimi e de e man na de tierie awo na nso man bi fi wade mu ba ama ho ne yo hene wadua ama na yekro pampan bi ababegina on to ni berma di nhyiamu a kofo agige ho mo manije no na ode na akwa ye ntiamu eba ne sa ya na ha adwen ni nyina nsem pomagro no ye di edi na niju so na ndi enkonko eze kwakomi akon akwa kokun enti ko na kokoje amuzu pi Herbal mixture bi na aboba na emboa na na manko ye pa entimi emfa ma me papa amu ye dwumaden no onya bi na ababo nsa ade nche no ohonam na sisi ho so na udi dwuma bo ma na makoye ma Herbal shop pharmacy shop ya Ghana onsa betimi aka bia no echi no o pedodo na atua ene amuzu Herbal clinic korwani achimotafun shaye so amuzu junction no ojedodo na ho number na 0247 776743 0247 776743 na 0241 988884 0241 988884 na wapo modie ne doc edin komo ton ya ena anya no edu ebo ma ne ma de ye pa etimi ye ma my capito na bibia aboko biem
oh nyame atom
ma me ma hwa adi bi won
nyame atom why because okay
ma man hwa adi bi azana
ni ma de quote ma
capito
يا حبيب الملايين لعبة حريم لعبة ممتع مهاري خلاص
لا مش ممكن يا سترلينج هسه الهدف في الدنيا هسه الهدف في الارض هسه الهدف للاعب هسه الهدف لبيت
capito na we no na control na okay that boy dey go by you e ko na nima and the way first go and second go
so obi a wo hwe bia hu se go by
hey
obi a wo hwe bia hu se go oh enro go bia mfa me so aba
la we la okay okay la
on se chef no e ho no so hwe
o du go bia ma okay got it see
and se go by na
go bia ma tu de jani ewe la
see hwe
that's what we buy
go bia ma because goalkeeper pie am am ko ba goalkeeper
match go by
go bia ni ho
oh me
because am communication he so wo hwe boni ya obi am bo 5 me 4 way me 4 me hu ba bia me 4 nam Shall be number 4 now.
That be who the na make.
Me say,
boy, now clear.
Also for if I was a terrible near Juma.
Now clear, and now we are there.
Now number 3 you have be na number 5.
Now,
me na me go 5.
Mama we Juma. Ye Juma na wa we ni ade ade ma. Me de ade na ma say ade no na ye ni hu. Programs ko we no so o me hwe wa yi na. Me ozi boy ba.
Tie, shall be na no. So obi a do football bia no. E ka so coach bia be ka say enya me fault.
Me can't say your photo. Me say, ball now clear now.
Oh, that not distance. Tell me do or no. Me say can you control ball no. But me free center circle because I 5. And I'm by me do na ball no. Until me here na ball me or na pitch or na. I want to.
Shall I in my? I want to. What's the boy? I
want to. Me ma who say go by.
Boy go ama.
Ma who say go by.
Okay, you had it.
Go ama.
You had it.
Baby, I'm for cover number 3.
You had it.
And the ball was share.
Ninja only the answer pa. Tama what you control ball. We can allow color no ma be holo. Ninja only na be. Tama what you control ball. We can allow color. Tie ho kwa na be pe. Tie. Pia mo ma me ho ha. Tama long pass ni su yero de. O de me banya mo te gare. Long pass I say me nim say o close o control. What TV. E te fa so far ball e o be jira ha. Hey, Luciano! Capito, Luciano! Luciano, capito! Hey, Luciano! Luciano, hey, Luciano!
Zagabu Abu Cross and Cabo was there. What the hell be me free buy as a center back 5. Never go back train no. And it baby striker for boy into number 4 way. Obi an nipa na can what me akoba. Am I na answer me dietitian me yinadi. And no before the game dietitian one could di.
Ya na we ma kapela ya de aka. Atu afera wa mu nyina se na wa basisi a.
Yeah, Martin Luther, yeah, Martin Luther be playing some good football at the moment. For commentary, Fakye TV, they are playing some good football at the moment. Hot water rotaries, or Machibono, or Peter Bonten, next to the bay. Hey, Luther, the Jeffrey Femo, Boabo, Luther Nekwu, Bowisha Luther, Bowisha Show, Luther Mayashay, Luther Mayashay, Martin Luther Mayashay, yeah, Martin Luther. I couldn't get anyone to pay. Yeah, Martin Luther, yeah, Martin Luther. Oh, to be playing some good football.
This is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy the highlights of the game.
Just 2 points adrift Nations FC over 13.
Santa Rafi Prince Okoto Ntiama Shenabai at the game na Shasel Papa Yara Sports Stadium. Matcha Yena ya Jenho, Matcha Yena Yanumin so Achon Pe a penalty Papa Yara Sports Stadium Hana big game. The super class Koso Kotoko right time for Kotoko. Now so what to save. Goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, what a save. Gracie. At the Nations FC Akobo 0-0 against Adriana Stars. Our University of Ghana, Legon, Omobo 0-0. Omoko Tuba, any Dreams FC Kobo 0-0. Omosan Kotakwa, and Mediama. Akobo Akota, Mediama Camino Mantina Fay. Omni Fiction, so Kibo Classes. And Tenibonache, Koroke Tabasuna Sudabi. Opiano, a goal kick. Siabo Ediatia, Korok, your body at Tiaphobia, coach Prosper Nate Ogu, Nitu Aishan Shensa, Nasan Shebuta, a time for Kumasia Sante Koroko. Now should that be beautiful clearance. House of Folk defense, you know. House of Folk. Phobia Nanso Karoka Bank number 1 born and co-posting in champion. Goal kick. Abranchani Tene Dauda Saka. Wabo all the 12 matches at Koroko. About the season Wabori in Atama Koroko. Dauda Saka. 12 matches last season. Yamaphobia.
At the moment. For commentary, Fakye TV, they are playing some good football at the moment. Hot water rotaries, or Machibono, or Peter Bonten, next to the bay. Hey, Luther, the Jeffrey Femo, Boabo, Luther Nekwu, Bowisha Luther Mayashay, Martin Luther Mayashay, yeah, Martin Luther. I couldn't get anyone to pay. Yeah, Martin Luther,
left back. Hey, I believe. All right, I'm going to come up here about Judy because so here are some boys. Man, I'm going to come pray to be about to wear gamer. Your Coco Wednesday, your first gamer. Fakye TV, I can't buy a chair, but your first gamer boy, hot water na a gamer run with the pair. But we are on my boy coming and Sammy at Mubako record. Ricardo Vaz, Rababe, the first player, Fakye TV, when you go, Diamomo. As a monet that way, Yijma. Fidadam Zona, first player, go my. Etu na bia no ne ade a be me ko bi to ozema mobi o coach aduma ya o ba be ya supporters e ka to zo ko yi player we fi ba no we be fi we coach supporters we cattle say you play away from her. No way you from me coach. We you know say the penalty goal never. Na mo huni ade. Mo huni ade arabwa. Ama na ma timi akoye pe timi ramana. America anti pictures ni nie. Ora hu say ya ne kama party head coach no say chairman kwa so na no ball no ambobi. To him ma hu see squad no na your coach na ashare chachi akọ akire no. The maestro. Now supporters need to care coach when you are the film. I know it changes back 32. It changes back 32.
Ingredients now. The ball.
32. Or say we are. Or TV player, BC player, the control ball, coach or Sereno.
I don't know where
the special ones on our ballot. The number 7. Oh, now I mean, what's our fair club of Givana? Oh, the coach, the general manager on our ballot. I don't know how to they say you hello, what you want.
Manager, dear, say, Professor Dennis. Oh, yes, I'm not dear, replace me, dear. Dear, no, be Genie, dear. One, are you?
Oh, okay.
Are you Bobo? Are you dear? Or is a superstar? And Abranti.
One I need to buy say.
Akofi.
Play alone.
We don't go in the view. I am the one.
That person will have cried. And then
born na crying upon.
I don't think the cameras back parking it.
No correct.
But you have a fair club to be. I can't cry.
Who's a manager born and said Dennis or Prof? Who's a prof board? Pen and a manager board.
Oh, okay.
But once a manager board with more experience.
Yeah.
And see more time will be here will be your kid. I'm of course will push you anyone. We're very good.
Okay. Now I programs manager.
Super. PM. Super.
He's a good player.
Oh,
training a baby. But I'm not even back so shocking me pie come here.
I'm
a good player.
Oh, you're very good.
That's a more. And not a comiana about time. About time they mean about time you don't mean that.
You might also
but oh no in our program
yes.
Capito.
Brian. Oh, and now Brian. I think so.
No.
That's Abo now. Yes, that's the end.
We know. Yes, we have had both players with the Abacha or which will be. Eddie. Give it. You must have an answer.
You know, catch him say. I'll go and try as well. I'll spend it with you.
What's your
no fixes? Now, the Emmy say, me first 11. When my Gilbert came out, Varas and a khaki man, so you boots, Embra, or so back. This channel would you when you must have 4 and 5 into Brian airport. And Gilbert first started to here.
Where's with their shame crying? Set tabaka also was he. No be abo down pass. Now, Ojino than himself grows there. So you say, the pay me trouble on Chiano.
This is you
Yamacha, give it. Eddie. Right, it's your
right. What on your commentary say?
I ran to pass you Woody. I ran to pass the least. Oh, that's it. Let's give you victory.
Oh, yes.
You victory. Yeah, the bar Rich is a good player, but I'm not say.
Rich,
the ball not run was a primary should cool your play.
Yeah.
What do they say? I don't know about left back. They said I don't know about.
Lord is a good player.
Lord is a good player. Lord is a good player. But you're good. I didn't say I never too special training. And it doesn't know people said I need. So now married. The touches in the video they cool.
We travel 4 years.
Coach, what will you are?
About 10-15 minutes.
Or see a money suit.
Yeah, a mommy guy bought a boy. I need to discuss what I see. I had only off stage. Need to discuss what I see. Going for those things. I
don't know what's now.
Discuss what
like me broken heart. Wouldn't say Nas.
Oh, but Nas too is a good player.
Second half, so Nas means Nas wabre. na smese sound appear be bobi na se tintina won frame
okay
so won frame o he ma take go ne ba ya no bi tina wa me hu se na se to me sa coach me yemi na me se me nyi wo ba bo
ono le pie o ono baba no hot water for e damase after the reception there very great and over said the name city mama yenya game no say the ni si pe no ne ade mo no mo do so mo de no akra no e half no mo de buy e na e follow ye e kokko hwe ne ade no we mama after the game no my intin komo kakra bi bra na e hwe ne ye to aso everybody up to aso hey capitolo lo Luta and right ball here first person I remember me can free this last year Luta oguna Luta o she go there I'm so ho bo bia eh Luciano na awu aso pa awu anya de o
papa bi ba park so say Luta and o power the buta ba be to TV so and we yi the Luta ti o ba so ba be ball na Luta ball no bo no uhu ade bi ewu ma also the boot but ti na am say nya na so o ba beka no mo ba na wo criticize so mo e yenye ejuma ndi footballers no mo ko trade 247 ko trade say wo trade akebe bo
yeah stood tap na boys no bobo
omo ya de and round we need to about
unjina park so 5 minutes
na mo be wo ma am I to be see pitch in say we are na ball kakra we say law ajwa we e wala main ball aba mo bi no my breche mo abo boy
yeah so you understand me complain now
yeah me my breche mo abo
na so bad time about time task me na
yeah only I don't know group and you only I dey na
me last ball na man to me for internet me ko to dia nim ni na yeah
omo was so amomi anko na hwe ayi amanone nsem ne kakra na afie mba na ye ma me raba me hwe na me kan call for adwenche we ni na part of the game no let me say nyama Messi ekwe no kwaku did that watch you live from Doma West and Crown Quanta Olumanji Wonder GH Brekum Arsenal will surely return to the Division 1 league. Ryan Rankin Mayola, the best club in Europe now is Manchester United because we are still unbeaten in Europe and is going to continue to win the Europa. And here Mayola need to defeat Tampo Taguana City. Edward Ferrick Echo Yani Fakye Sports. Big ups to you for the hard work. Please, I want to know the scores for your match you played yesterday. Raymond Edifitakra de Efien Kuma Moboy 3-1. Why Ray? No much 3-1. Prince and Jufai Mojin or the buyer J Mano watching the show live inside Accra Spinters MON-FRI. Abdul Ghani Mohammed Chairman Abu, you guys really did a good job yesterday. The odds you dropped in our WhatsApp group made me won 1,875 Ghana cedi. Fakye Sport, you are the best in the continent. Wisdom teaching man. And on the area Mukwame Yeboah. Congratulations to the Blues. Chelsea will surely score Liverpool this weekend. Biaga, Abubakar Watara to lose and go. And G. Roxin Badu, Boss More Fire, Douglas Ochi, Amochu Live from Tepa, Ayinen Susu. Ura speaker, More Fire, and Obomo the team to us. So I get to so a good afternoon, Fakye Sport. Liverpool update, please. In our face, a Smith, fantastic evening, and a Brantia, a friend Avoada Isaac. I'm watching live from Isaac Electricals and Coco. Hope you guys are doing well. More Fire, my name is Isaac Yahoye. Razak Ibrahim, AK Jables. I'm watching live from Adanse. And we are so Fakye Sport, you are the best. The honored Ram Kufiajman Blackman, good afternoon, watching live inside Pig Farm Accra. Philip Kwabrik Kasim, thank God it's Friday and we are enjoying the best sports show live. Glory Man United, greetings to my daughter, Frimpong Manson HR Felix, and my mother, Auntie Mary of Geneso Filippo. Need your Duram Aziz Dan, Hawa. Casa Precon. Keep the good work up. You are live in Abu Dhabi. The Olonso Steven Mensah. Good evening from Dubai. Abu PSG and Inter will go to the final. Mark my words. Mate and J Smith. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. Jacob. Need the Duram. You do what I say. And for Steven, how Lutaken? Why a miracle? Why a mirror? You know, and Gatete senior. We scored you people 3-1 yesterday. Abu didn't play. Was afraid of Wato poster boy Gatete. Gatete no zera no was young and to remember no me chame. agwazibo omosha ase anansi share nanimu anozi DIABY ntina me bae me ba be cream na ball ene ade a no we ya enti mumyenkom na adi Goalkeeper has goal ni we the first goal on record Fakye abomodi ahye no na obodi jisi number 3 so I have to say Luther Fimu no ene de captain Samba no kokko ball no enti ere ball no ba be gina chiro ma so no na chese ayi we ya but on record first half no omode what 240 the Obana that go. I say I'm not shot on target.
No shot on target.
You know there. But I let you know go that how. Division 1 goalkeeper. The go that how. Is a good goalkeeper. She's a good goalkeeper. Sorry. Obani didn't babe them. The you're na yanko. But I can't say the player mention or player you're just in the dino. You're born the same. Na wabon what dinner there about one typing from mame. Shall video that for send me. And I record the voice note to farm. We see Academy Barcelona and a Poland. Ni Dino your bonus 020-754-3637. 020-754-3637. Special. Get a 10 be mammy. One year 10 mammy. Okay.
10 the Nebraska true near my baby. Na baby yo. Baby na Friday in Jordan. You be entertaining on Kakrana. Yeah, near Macacrow. So I'm starting free Egypt. Na only for coach na no awoja omukwan after say went me am man qualify anko omani in the African Champions League, you know. Now how the streets of Cairo any Ali supporters now appreciate your open friends say Mr. Kola an incredible idea else say part of the world that we so is not all times and coaches ever baby juma omukwa ibijo omukwan abufu so any and administratively team no penny for full said a juma papa we buy it say obuana nka oma club ne ye no park no so went me for man through the promised land at the same time in terms of disciplinary issues ni players no well loose dressing room ti players na enye discipline ni nyina ka ho ene eboa ya omomoden bo no answer any wo pitch no so nti ye ja ne kwan okoy and the sporting director ejudgment but the supporters felt say a management na fairly coach no in terms of tactics, in terms of coaching, any BB, Emma players and deliver the supporting base. They disagree with club no management any top hierarchy. He say coaching they not or now from the baden call for no Macau club no or money taking decisions. With team day to day decisions no. What is a coach in the they want the coach to be rest assured. Say a more fan base in the eternity until for the principal streeter. Omaye and Yema way on so the coach in Asaka and say you came, you saw, you could not conquer, but still in our hearts they be at the Ebeka. I will say maybe a chum Penibi Baha Ebe Yejuma Edema Ali team na young supporters nedia. Yaji to say for now or more kind of one. I'm gonna be taking decisions at one. They failed him to one team and successful. I think it's an incredible gesture. And Ali supporters no Edieja open here friend Sekola or more agent Kwamana Kwamaka. Moving from then tell Maka said why me time in Team Branch now in Europe and Europa League so Conference League so say yeah more Ruben Amorim and the Manchester United team na so no Ukrainian and we've been unfair to them. Yeah. Say over 13 games in Europe. Manager did Ruben Amorim from FC so baby free sport in Eba Oberuamo Manchester United in Europe 2024-2025 we got 13 solid games on Lusu match. Wow. And I think say why yeah there else say Bonambason he's struggling with team Manchester United in the Premier League but the by Europe more than Bonan Manchester and dead so of course some MS barrier echo said 3 unanswered goals I thought say an incredible idea when he did Amorim aya else say Bonambason listening to him after the game and he was saying heaping praises on some of the key players, especially Casemiro and then Harry Maguire. How impactful these experienced boys are. Yama club and friends at Manchester United. Seasons like this, and Yaman Kuye and from there are players are also mobile into the party, making sure say Ombe rescue club and friends at Manchester. And exactly what team my friends at Manchester. Omu players need be Edeboa, Ruben Amorim, or say ye bought Nabaso. We say, oh shit, Manchester and so on. Omu last 3 games, no, my ball, no card fees, no. Both legs, no, their opponent in the best of a red card. From round 16th against Real Sociedad. In the 2 legs, no, Sociedad did red card. quarter-final stage, Leon AD record, and Endra in the semi-final stage, first game, Chuma Ndiade Bilbao, and Swakwa could record. So it means that numerical disadvantage our clubs, Manchester United, and then also a boy Manchester, but you cannot take any credit away from them. So, I don't think the opponent will be far, will be an overqualified committee, be a decade, but I think I'll say Ebon was not able players, now Bruno Fernandes, go involvement in all competition. For players are England. We Mohamed Salah, any Liverpool, Europe, any Liga, for the next player or two also, Bruno Fernandes. Look at the stats, any data. Ekuta branch friends Bruno Fernandes. When you're 19 goals, 16 assists in 35 appearances, and also 35 in total. And when you're Edema Club and the Manchester, so I felt say team the more than born so any domestically near man, but there are individuals are more the standard performances are more than one so any else say your bombers. And I think how why consistent at the team Manchester United. The last time now Varus A didn't home was a club now Wababitum M1 because the numbers speak so well for Bruno Fernandes.
19 goals, 16 assists.
Yes.
He said 35 games, no, 35 goals.
Yeah, we're involved in a club for Manchester United.
Team
now any form. That is the performances Bruno Fernandes there. And I think so we both season now the empty hand the club need to appreciate him and honor him. See more season. I mean at least 1 year BBN Europa League title the Manchester United a bit man left Eddie so more than bonus and you say so match a surprise will be a Tottenham for now. Obinya 3-1 against Bodo Glimt for no. Tottenham modern born so any. But then Postico a crank. Unse na na me catch you say UK for London for say there are 3 teams of more London winning potential winners of European competitions this season. Chelsea in the conference, Tottenham in the Europa League, and then Arsenal in the Champions League. They know what take so on the standing chance can say Arsenal also turn if Elusu on a match against PSG. But the other 2 teams, so Chelsea ko away ko share 4-1 and Tottenham Hotspur.
Last time I'm also say 3-1. Some teams in England now. I'm performing locally, no, but I'm performing. Unse I no shortcut to heaven.
Yeah.
Is that Manchester United beating National League in him
or
league in but I'll concentrate to or team then qualify. And on a man last in internet basano. And we go into Milan for a target, no, but you almost set yes here. Sir, Italian Cup in
concentration
league, you know, my Champions League, you know,
was since 2010 Omoji Champions League, Omonji GBM, so they will prioritize that over any other trophy. And I think say you drew her in second leg, and I probably will get time to talk about that. Tottenham for an idea, both the normal or mobile born. Ukobo do Krunu in a Zenkibia, Ghana, Nanka Kotokwa, Kruno Mufrim, Kakumasano, Krunu in our population. Also, some of mobile UK Tottenham Stadium, Becoma space actually. It's just a small, we are, Omukru Nankasa total population here 49,731. Tottenham Stadium left 62,850. It was a suburb of Krunu in our Tottenham. Udumbe Stadium, Aman Susaka, so Okono Koje, 3-1, and news be. But in the return encounter, Tottenham were Jumakesi, a Obodo, Omoko prepare, omit me beat the track now, Omodiako. Now, Anthony, the former teammate. Now, David here say, only Anthony, a trainee more than 100 times, or who's already in 95 Buddha, training grounds. But Endra, Anthony, back to his prime elementa. All year, Jumanekama, the Abuama, Real Betis, and a 2-1 win over club and the Eddie Fiorentina, and over more than 120 call loan all day. Dear players will do Manchester and you only the year crown. You're born achievable, but of course, Fiorentina, and he's doing so well for club in the Eddie Fiorentina. I think Sandra, almost why they won the game 2-1 a fall, say a slim margin. What they call Italy, anything can happen. But Anthony Soka crank, honestly, a rejected stone. Probably every season, maybe a Ubitimania trophy, no, see the other.
Your trophies are not trophy. There we Man United Europe every man better.
Yes, of course. And I will be also as an conference meeting. Only Chelsea and ABOU. For Chelsea, for an idea, we be on now. Barcelona na manager friends Hansi Flick. I'm a confirmation and then the press and as I say, I may add much and the match now against Valladolid why we echo relegation. Mark Andre ter Stegen and I echo that game in the Dama Barcelona. Now ter Stegen has been out for almost 7 months. The last time he went ter Stegen was somewhere September. And or yeah, before any injury in the Herbal or etc. or the Atlantic. So this season's over. Mark Andre ter Stegen the data Ikutaya in La Liga 6 games and or die before say Ube Praco considering 5 goals and a branch and consider 495 minutes. Mark Andre ter Stegen in La Liga. In Champions League he kept only 1 game. He considered 2 goals, 90 minutes and or more. Copa del Rey or more game and with the Praco. So in total 7 games and wabo and 585 minutes and he did Kuta Brancha. He did Mark Andre Tesson. He's been out for so long. Wababaka ye or sunny in Edna Kwakwana. One among for air can say last year in a similar situation with Real Madrid. Madrid Courtois April Cotan Chairman Andrew Lunin and a year a Jumani now. But the room when it matters most, every season the mono. Courtois ever back. They were at the semi-final stage of the Champions League. Courtois ever there at was quarter finals. Emma Madrid edgy so same situation I apply to Barcelona. Now say offer the difference between Courtois and it's a second situation now. Kokululi now obey them. Then what they most training for Real Madrid. But what in the what they want to compare to the Aquara first season I hear the Barcelona. People think that season what they want was wrong as compared to the Lunin a year for Club. He did Real Madrid last season. For him to go, say about 25 games and no only one game. And for recently, Olusu game, we could not Olusu match. Or the poll, it is so difficult. Say, yeah, they bought ever far branch and did it or the season. Now, team now only able when your results idiot. But Barcelona coach, they say the number one number. On cassette on never that match is now. They look at game no more and then the MA room, then they see who keeps the pool for club.
Now we see for man.
But he is the number one. Yet they are so that pool now the more than so to us and what at the time. Dear, what them is here, and so I start consider goes are people for say they consider rate, and so I construct. I will say Ijana Kwamani, because who see, who follow with keen interest to see say Ochina around the first Stegen and how is the result going to be for Barcelona and Confonso falls on also the poor man the lack in form as compared to according to it was a season and return encounter they will need a lack of season. Say a big keep warm in the contest against him the international but I think say a good news for Barcelona. It's a good stage of this nature. I will league any Europe competition in the air you need every big player be a team. So, captain, I feel why fully fit every dressing room. A good news for Team Barcelona and opposition. A good tester, a bit more coming a branch near Mark Andre Testegen. Now, the next picture of them, I also see. Now, me means the music. Baba will be out to screen.
Yeah, why they? Make sure I'm contra 1 minute. Why they?
As I'm not 1 minute in Timon.
Why they?
We could get here or that screen sooner or a porn star. Na Nansena Nottingham Forest for deny access to Nottingham Forest. Almost stadium say omo manen konko game. Na hon semina apopia ban before sasa ade dey by bisino. In last week, Oko UK Nottingham Krumwa, Plymouth and Cheho baby. Team bi wo na sa team there wo kweku omo ne ba omo ye ni say a 17-man squad team. Zanki etie ni akeka ho obu ye nipa mako 17. Yeah, team na yate no. Ball na ye ball. Mama kan o ma de name almost say omo describe omo as a drinking team with a football problem. Omo de say omo wibi. Na football e omo how. Na team na the colors e yellow and black. Say mo benya first picture na de amame ya. Na baba o we ekọ no no nkọte na ase di nkomo say oh me hwe aduma na mo ye ne passion na mo wo a de bia mo de mo say ball ne de mo bo na ye problem. Say munya hawa na mo de ball. Mo team na a drinking team with a football problem. To omunie omo 17 mako 17 be man ko a e na omate omu team gama kama na omo ball e de jeji omo ani because they are a drinking team with a football problem. Okoye na o say opeso osesa na obe sponsor club na ni team na oba be sponsor omo nsesa omo JC because ono dey friend Bonny Blue tinidin ye Bonny Blue B square e yem fa ni din no ento club no mo logo na ni ti o the next JC ne back Bonny Blue akwa sponsor club na ma say ya sesa omo JC a omo say blue JC nti omo nie on say the BB out JC na nim ti ono ne logo ene ne symbol Bonny Blue ne that so get we be gaining attention about 3 years ago or just 25 years 3 years ago no be interview catch say in 12 hours on member mako 1057 and having sex on member mako 1057 and having sex in 12 hours if you oban we gain attention we are see edi na chi e kan ne honsem no e ade we ni wie and no the announcement bas o ye team my friends Nottingham omo supporter time bia okọ park so no wakọ Herbal atai wo machi na nsan wakọ stadium so wakọ Herbal la oduru ho no na security for ne say on fa ne ticket emra na omo hwe ticket no oje ticket omo je na omo hwe ya omo say empany for order from above e de abase nimfo nyini ni bi nie meme ye ma okwan ma unra stadium ha na o say ne bone a wa ye ne say omo say order from above say oba o mebo no o say nka stadium na okon o make pronouncement say okọ Herbal no we are on the Nottingham players na ebe mengel no wa cycle omo a motivate omo a entertain omo and na Nottingham Forest empany for ne tie no omo say they are in a chance to qualifying for Champions League. Now, baby, omojina sisi so omo makwan ema gawe Enya kwenya mingle with omu players now or the uncertainty, any distractions. Because oba only member 1,000 plus that in 12 hours. Near Makwama place is on what in Boswania, a Langamo, any the other place. Yeah, but you be near Kwenya no be shading como. Near Nibate, my boys number 23 now no Makwa that in 5 minutes. Let the poor move former. I did the basic. I want your fair to know. Now, don't judge you with Aquabu. Oh, Anna. Is that who you do out to you? Castle be a why you do not your pecasa. I be crowd ground casa. Till we do any professional. My you are not a account. Man, a so almost supporter. A Juman con there. Habib, a Juman con. Nam living con. Of course. Me pacho what has a bo o man ye fail to my men no crank am do. Say no, oh, I don't know seven because was you came rano. E ma ho kwan say sex workers e wo ho kwan so mo stadium ko Herbal. To on tia say the India Northern Forest for no. I deny it because Obeka say o person o no players near the Emengel nan ko no dey psychologically or motivate o mo show mo kran say ball no. O meto abo team no so for say baby o mo ni na me ma kwan ma do ne ma yi be fefa boys yi anima. Krufasa say when be ba ho so na say omo form no footballers do mani ko fa kwa ko Pietro da tra dey be chene na say form na dey na I will host me wo say ya man anko na say ndo mbo home match they say ya man no say untime mo stadium and na anko stadium mo mtifie ayeka o malusu e bi okọ na ko share boys nkran a ka boys hwe form ye da ho ya kwawu o mtim dey abobo na wi
say no cham for per scabinom the compensate on the blue
adentia
they've not been fair to her. I'm a worker. This is what put food on the table for me. In your Premier League for Nayano Mubo, I for Rainbow Aman or more, you know. They are not being fair to her. On for Mon Coco to Kodisika or Tony Bibia or see Womo. Now, amount our DDs, the man Nakuma Betonium on Jim Van Vromonsem. Because if you guys are able to support side wine your man who Premier League to the extent that a players come is religiously they are with or more religious background to or more man no crana sometimes more fine no more.
Yeah, we all crowd now so Kenya.
Yes, we are most of my fine be pen. Mabubo Premier League. You are born most sakala ni ade captain money na most sano. The other thing na dey most support no be sex worker no wa any team na money when team.
Oh, a nice lady.
Yes. Na so mo yes adwuma we no nice away.
No let me team fam.
Omo ye adwuma we no. Onya nice a wo ha. Adwuma bi wo ha. The first criteria no undimi trabaria no onye fa.
Onye omo nyina na e kama.
Kwahu. Omo magidi no. Ko na ko de wo setia. Me mu adwuma. Tie me mu adwuma.
Asem na wo.
Omo me sex workers a oma.
Ubenya asem wo.
Asem na me.
Na me wa. Na wo sex workers do not ba so za wo do ye. Do not say I don't ya wo.
Kwahu.
Obi a wo hwe me a o Facebook, o TV, so o YouTube ni ade. Obi a ni obeka kire me say sa na o hwe bi da. Boys no much so on ba.
Obi a lepe.
O say
me say sa da.
Ompe. Ba wanya bosu bi da.
E komo so we.
Ne ne carbon blue asemi.
Na wo so carbon blue asemati o. O asem na o kan. De ma ye hu pa ni o. O say sa adwuma no. O nye fa ma so o de be cho.
Yes, and the message is what can blame. Adwuma we o nya fa untimi nye.
Okay, mate.
Message is be
experience man.
Message so no maka say o nya fa untimi nye.
Give it so that.
So what you say? Nti sa na tie o nko si wo.
About uni maybe mu din ana.
Oh, there are a lot of it. When you pick your phone, there are sometimes you go to website hold on. Mostly when you are using Android phone. Na say oh yeah. Advert.com. I had a view.
It wouldn't be mudin apart from
me. Maybe di ba ma hubi.
Ba hu bia hu no.
Yes, of course. Advert no do the wo use Android phone bia time. Do wa oh yeah wa dia. Wo call website. We say the next na eba no. Advert mostly the time apa e wo pay live stream ahwe. Wo pay so Herbal. Wo pay live stream. Wo pay ya check we. Eba
we e kama.
Eba we e kama. But onko ji mesika. Onko si wo mo. Na me ka se ma kire wo. Wo de opa for phone no. Search wo pay so live ball. Oh. So o boss wa the next man o mo bi
ala e ko e de boss wa yo
ompe du o mo mpe ndo mehu so ajas ya ndi onko jini sika because o mo na ni ye o say aha nya sori dem o aha amti enya sori dem e na mo so mo mpe no koreka ye be ka no kore na kire o so ajas ye aha sa o tuwe no wife ni mo ye nyoma sao na wonya nyoma
na no so tuwe ka sa wonya ne ma ga
no wa mo ye nyoma o ma bi
certificate mi ro
o so say o sa wonya nyoma Just already know the 1 9 what will be happy. The end what them see near the Bible, you see near Mineska. And it's an but one corner only to go no chance for it from the Gomogun and Masi. So a woman not call her bony be a brow with 20 cigar. Maybe I must say only place they call mingle because mingle we were having good. That mingle was when the blues only place they call mingle. Place no only more mingle no on the mingle body.
Like, do you people believe in say? Shawadibi to say, Ebia or Babi men players be no or the bad luck, bro.
I don't.
I be woman I'm here club and believe Koku Visa.
They believe. There are a lot of people who think that Okobomanja a day to the game. Ubia or who finds it who wrote him in the dressing room should come clean. Even Omoma were cry. Not to talk of one way.
So maybe I be more sense and now that could be debate on. Maybe say me my wife na maybe I'm a club president. I de be chairman my show ya bobo. Na me ye condo na me condo me na me ni bibia. Me ba mo am say me dey
fear. No, I'm saying obi a ni believe.
Sa na ma.
Obi fan say we bibi sa e de efin eba team no e pra lack if you obi believe. Obi nso believe we say so yes ampo a and they lack aiding every many results. So depending on who is in the contest, your GD no fine, your own GD no fine. Until they say when you go to room, you do what the Romans do. Say club now, no. If the principal around the team and they say a day to the game, and you might be saying, so
I mean, so why? Meaning, Kwabu.
The woman is assassin now. Don't go. You know, correct. Do what? Oko bobo na de who can cry na unya lack. I played Tangala in my hometown. Yeah. Was it 2018 or 2019?
Yeah.
2017 thereabout. I was named the best keeper throughout the tournament. Man consider go back okra. Every time you go game now. Then time lead the name today. After that I go and perform. Me say.
Now again in
that. She was my girlfriend.
Tournament
no kwame no net dada.
Oh, okay.
Ne mama nim me, ne papa nim me. It wasn't something official, but everybody knew that this was what was going on. Every single day after me, I did wonders. Yes, I had the best goalkeeper in that tournament. So it's something that who will believe wow. And me, I knew she was a good luck girl. So every single time I wanted to have it because I go and perform. So hey, no man. So what I say? This is Kwaku. You just want to play devil's advocate. You quiet here. A my no mudeti or more no mote. You do all what woman no makuyi.
You do all bar.
Currently, the lady I have, no, the kind of luck she gives me, nobody gets it.
Lack of the mouth.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
So what I say? And you know. Sanya one day
but what is there the bar
Mania something you
see maybe no problem war with some we are sending Ghanaians be money who's there me no sign me card back which was me njeju bi ada because me tell me hunt I don't say yeah be die fi no nkofo jeji bi say omo yesi edwuma we no omo nya nkofo papa and if you cry as a man show kiti scan all the man age cry eso ne mi wa we ni eche obi asande okwa aso we na koma no eni adwen da litini adwen papa de me kan what ase ene no na me pese ma chu ka bi na me pese mu ze sam ama we no lack bad luck wo mo
bad luck no mo e adwuma no wo ye e na adwuma no wo ye me that's what I believe. You would prefer say obeka say obi a 3 me ne ntina wo ye oba but obi a se bi otafrache wa ye nyoma miensa akoba bi ne de unim de no kwa akotena ya bibi mamu an sa na ya nyoma and affect ye obu ho wa ba was me clean me nya hweda me woda but the kind of nyoma wa ye no o quantify o be 5 and wa clear but o se me ni obi wa trend na
oh nice
so what I say so Kwaku sansa me na ekomu an tete bebre ntino yemfa to nchen so what I say Kwaku yemmo
Kwaku experience now
but so ana ya we sa se mu din komozi ya o abi not or not so on kan bi ama we no ya na comfort tag o mo so mu ni lack then I will cover
and definitely because my man can say ma I assume me can catch up and assume I dey American sex boy I is a cap or by Japan, don't matter or by Japan, I is a cap is your. Na ubia ehwie nsu egum atese na uba obehwie nsu ediegum akwesi bo obehwie nsu ediegum we bo obehwie nsu ediegum nsu na eba no be ni me nsu ni free ba.
Oh, okay.
Atese it's the moment a oba ebibie ni na mienu na be ma ba ku mienu miensa enna enum nsia enso enwotwe bi ni ne beda no sa mema ni nyina honhom ene oba no honhom ebedi nhia say oh DIABY so on say oba akro no koda sa honhom ni bedi wachi say honhom boni a ga hunu say wa de bi abaye bia ni bedi wachi.
Oh, okay.
Ti obi ane no honhom a
odo wa asase
na de game two boys no for say masam ne medi no yom nte so
obi o ya duma obi ase bia bompa e fona duma ho obi ye fundaka e bompa ese ni pa unu no to nti wiase obi ye fundaka o bompa ese ni pa unu e meto ni fundaka ono de wote wo.
Oh, any day.
Only Tibabi so a malam, and after be excuse my word, malam no sounding different. Why any say no?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, any say malam. Tibabi so was saying pa. Ya want to patronize no. Obe say pa. Obe to fundaka. Nto bi afọ na yima on pa ye.
How that girl no so among through fever no. Angle. Family be no small side we. Unze oba de hotels bi kre kasa ketisia ne ade a. Kata musi.
Nya profuna.
Anya minim sa. Meaning so one day na ne omo say o dey erade akasa no ni ya bi before no na na ma bi wa ya hu ni tek e bi ze breath ya yi 80s na no na ndu a o ne no de e ma na yere ade a bi ma ya atwa ma fi na yere ba sa de ne ba antem a e ka ba na mi say ye ti bi de bia me ke ye no ye fi mu kwa ankra na e di echi no ye wo how rough and sometimes the man should come excited with no say who say you all can cry on a spiritual way or a physical way. Oba ura de koku ni omo dele aye careful
koku ko di abompaye
sa ni re no me hia
unjo nyamidi
obi na nyame de mi gini
di obeji nyame yedi nyame na wo gina ti no owo imra ode abo no mban en sa ne mani nyina no sa ne mani nyina wo sa ne mra ni
me pa mu kan boni a
ode be cho
pasos na me me pa mu kan boni a
mu enkan boni na wo san so nkoye sa boni ni sa boni wo fancha
mo ahuni mo kan kire me so wo se me ye bona me pa mu be ka no de che me na me sa be ye na o ka wode on fancha
that means unim o say
Bible mu ni mu che me
Bible na say
mo tre sa ni na mi wo sa ni ma intimi say
Bible na say
Bible say
je onim na oye no e boni ma no
mejitum
enti unim se wa ye boni wa pem wa kan boni yankopon de acho wasa akoye sa boni na bi
boni se me pem ka me boni a sa wasa na ogwa sa me pem ka boni 5 times I want
to you nkomo no nya wa yuzo be di
no ko na me ka to ba boni ni no se wo ye boni ni 10 times
we wa yuzo be di nkomo we wa yuzo be di nkomo
okay ba bo Manchester United amaso o my idea the game they played against Atletico Bilbao o my idea because we know now 3 times trying so make we win against Atletico Bilbao last 2 ni nano na Bilbao do match mo level a na nneoma ntimi nko yi mfa mo and if you look at their season na drew but be Manchester United down the league table it's about priorities. Last season they had opportunity to play in this Europa League because they won the FA Cup. Yeah, because some performance on the league table na dom koboye. And until this time I do no, you channel all your strength, everything that you got for Europa League no. Because that is the avenue ubetimiya Champions League qualification. Something Manchester United for ne pay and something that omo pay with icing on the cake so what a trophy. Menyes was a Manchester United fan bia wo want say o mato so second e o league no say dey bia Arsenal beto so second yi na e bosi na you know mark trophyless so o mato so 14th na enye a good performance for Manchester United ye nim almost say sa performance no muma but if they give that performance no mutimi gi Europa League no enya Champions League qualification through that Europa League na asabe come trophies won. And it will be a perfect season for them. Not in terms of the league, but in terms of that will be a perfect season for team friend Manchester United. So now we have boys now. The energy and the zeal of the Europa League, it seems to be different from the Omnibo League because league in Ayeka. Omopa matches now can be winning twice. And yet possible so they can be in the top 4 and play in the UEFA Champions League. But if they channel their strength and their zeal and everything to the Europa League, omatimi ahyewe and since almost such as a game way 133 times our teams be akwa in the Europa League aka check treno omo qualify and looking at Manchester United so form wo fie and then no boy Europa League now that means omo qualify dada say sane dey kwa wonya owo 2 games to win the Europa League and 2 games to make sure say we qualify for the Champions League. Why waste your energy and time so about a year league? I'm be unsure. I am all Laporta Basso for what he's been able to do for Barcelona. A corner of fast would just come up Bassano. Sometimes I never. So I'm man come over to
Mate, made us a par. But the player mentioned on still me so Jimo videos. Now the Bimu the audios about minty member. My case wa betra mameno any audio no the bar minty member. Na video na mepe na wa ba obona ma hu anim se obi a hye wachi wa na gina body no nti we no ex Juventus Arsenal si akere ma Barcelona Poland ni na ni din no sign isi bono 020-754-3637 020-754-3637 na wa bomode na odi ram na aboa na ne makoye pe timi edi amount nti din na da so na be kra mama po kakra tu betimi ahwe na onso no watimi bi ba mama po kakra na wa bomode na watimi edi 020-754-3637 emboa na ne makoye pe timi emfama na ne Daoud Herbal Hospital oze nsamnane adodo na de from no sehwini no adru no na am say Dr. Daoud doc mamembo abaso pa na wa daroma na ye guys here kokobo boy no bia timi be edwuma ni nyina de say edro we no atane ata esan ye atane ata na mienu a se wunya na yusu ebeboa ma ne makoye pere ama no ni di no say the city ye wo Daoud ointment and ye wo Daoud 360 capsules na ye number ako yusu ba ko nja ba ko de tie ni uyo obi a owa na wuntini mu twetwon unso nkotojo yo ya obebi yo ya sasabro ewo so waposo ya na nsuo tokra edin so obeso egia wona so a be ba che wo so ma na aboto oye ne quick pa na okokoje Daoud ointment no and afi Daoud 360 capsules no na ejuma bono ne niam ekom ne yade a ano edin ebo ma ne makoye pa etimiere ma obibia emzem na ne da so ne sehwini na duro no na Dr. Daoud ne juma no ye no ya de ano edin ebo ama ne ma dadin pretty me man no use ointment ne dia fa bebi e yo ya no se yo nkotudwa odi twi so no na obo modern na the 360 capsules no so no onnom na ebo ama ne ma koye de ma wonya nsu ye clean na obo na de we ne twetwe nti menya kra na enka wo kiski bi ana wo kanchema bi a wadidi awie no de capsules na bro se no no wi a na wa ma na twetwon eno a capito wie ya okoko yisu na me no ne yi Daoud ointment ne capsules ni me na capito aba be gina wa bomode abe na edwuma no kama pa bibu so no eti obo amane makoyie pa etimiere ma wo wani chemo o pharmacy shop bia dodo bia pedu bia on sabetimi aka over the counter obenya bi na Herbal shops a wo ne wo Ghana bia no okwase ma Daoud ointment Daoud 360 capsules ye ma memo a muye edwuma den ne papa mo no mo ngibi na mo fansi nchen mo no nom na mo nsase bia no na beboa ama sasabo na eroza ledi bi ozimi jonku me nkotu de me aye me ya ni na ehwe na abo amane ma dadiere amado no omo a omuntimi num bi oba penfo na obo ma akwada no fo ena anya ndu fie dumienu a uni akwenya so no obobo mode na wetimi eyusu wetimi afre doc na woni ne di nkomo na waboa na doc nso na hwe ama so we jam na so 0244 886437 0244-886437 na 0201-681-717 0201-681-717 emboa na niamandida ye kama pa so no etimi enfama yahwe na maisho zimadu family ne yanko yani
I think sir Manchester United and Ruben Amorim did very well yesterday by say making sure say or go through into the European spell now, making sure that in the 13 games of Mebono, won't even consider just a defeat for himself, but then also not even in the domestic league at Manchester United, Herbal currently as we speak. Although say maybe a Manchester for Dano is not good for them. 14th on the league log is not good for them, but then or better try say even when it comes to the European spell, no, he can easily use Manchester United to clinch that kind of history, and Manchester United can easily do that for that particular football club, and as for Mwakasa as football players. But as I will track it in that particular record, and I say in that particular history, when it comes to Manchester United participating in the Europa League, a track back in the 1965-1966 season. That was the first time Manchester United, after missing out in the European Cup, they came out in the flying colours. After winning the FA Cup, England, they wanted to participate in that particular spell of the Europa League at that time. It was called the Intercity First Cup. At the side of Manchester United, it may participate here in that particular season. On board second round of that particular competition, and Manchester United, a free more, and proceed and go into the quarter-final stage, and as a semi-final, even into the final stage of that particular competition. They came back to play that competition again in 1974-1975. In the 1974-1975 season, they did very well by qualifying themselves into the 1/60 stands, into the quarter-final stage of that particular competition. But then they weren't able to progress after team lost in the quarter-final stage of that particular competition. But then in the 75-76 season, it was Valencia or Manchester United in that said competition. They tried very well to come back hard again to make sure somebody may win that particular spell, and I said that particular European Cup with Manchester United. When they came back in the 1983-1984 season, but then within that particular moment in terms of Gardens, and the team in that particular era, almost to semi-finals, but the Gardens were able to eliminate Manchester United in the European Cup. Then they came back in the 1992 season. But in the 92 season, when they came, they were having a lot of people and committee but then the side of the Robbers, it means in the semi-final stage of that same competition. And they came back in 1999. At that time, it was a proper Europa Cup and on the side of Manchester United. But then or meant to me anchor into the finals of that particular stage. Now, a talk also until 2011, when they were playing in the UEFA Champions League, after sending more into the same group with most of these football clubs like the likes of Valencia, Besiktas, and other clubs on the same group stage with Manchester United, they were not able to qualify into the 1/60 stage of the competition, and they drop into the Europa League. When they came to the Europa League, they played into the quarterfinals, but then they were evicted from that particular Europa quarterfinals within that particular stage. Manchester Fakye. It came back in 2015-2016 season when the side of Jose Mourinho made sure to obey Manchester United into the final stage of the Europa League final against Ajax, and then he will be able to score Ajax by 2-0. It was a proper record, and Jose Mourinho laid down the other side of Manchester United or free her. It didn't need other football club or it's eco coach here. After that, we've seen Manchester United not participating, as not doing very well in the Europa League and even with the Champions League. But when you are talking about most of these English clubs, or Eddie 14 on the league block, or into the Europa League finals, Manchester United has not been the only football club or that particular record. As far back in 2003 season, when we had Sevilla, also performed very, also intimate performed very well. A league log we saw a certain Sevilla in 2023 or no ako make sure so obeti the Europa League in 2023 at that time no more performing very poor. It was Spanish La Liga number 14th on that particular table and go and farm. We saw another West Ham and also English side that time and no more competing very well. The Europa Conference League, they were not also doing very well for themselves. Almost that 14th of the league log or the English Premiership table, but the Moyes did very well. Took West Ham into the finals and they were able to win that particular European Conference League using West Ham. So if say Manchester United into the finals and making sure that they will do that particular thing for themselves, and you're the first time that particular history, Sevilla be in 2023 and then West Ham also be at the time no almost winning the Europa Conference League for themselves. But then we're going to have an all-English final because Tottenham Hotspur were able to beat Bodo by 3-1. Although some young away and that particular football game. But I'm taping to Tottenham Hotspur will make that particular encounter to make sure we go into that particular final and also qualify that go into the Europa League final. But when it comes to this particular moment in stage, so when it comes to this particular stage of that particular moment, English clubs go into the finals. say a talk so equate this particular season, enquire season when English clubs are or move into the finals. As far back in 1971-1972, Tottenham Hotspur played against Wolverhampton Wanderers in that same Super Cup, and that's a European Super Cup. At that moment in time, Tottenham Hotspur to me winning against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they were able to adjust as the winners of the European Super Cup. As far back, I said, Omutimi a year side, and English finals. After some boy in 1971, they waited until another 36 years for them to have another all English finals happening in Moscow. At that time, it was Chelsea Football Club and then Manchester United in the Champions League final. And we also that goal from Cristiano Ronaldo and that goal also from the side of Frank Lampard. I'm going to the penalty shootout. John Terry made the penalty shootout, and then Manchester United made the UEFA Champions League. It's also Koye at that particular moment in time, not Tottenham Hotspur, any Liverpool Football Club, in that particular UEFA Champions League final in the 2021. And that's the 2019-2021. We saw a certain Liverpool making sure Tottenham Hotspur by 2-0. Mohamed Salah and Divock Origi, it's me share that particular moment of goal at the side of Liverpool, all English finals. And then another final in 2021-2022 season when we saw Chelsea and then Manchester City going into the UEFA Champions League final because of Thomas Tuchel and then Pep Guardiola into that particular final. Thomas Tuchel was able to beat Pep Guardiola with that particular moment in time. But as now, NHL is also called the Europa League final game in that same season. And we saw the side of Chelsea Football Club, or more the side of Arsenal by 2-0. We've seen so many English finals in the history of football. So wait me repeating, that's a Manchester United, or mobile Old Trafford. That's what meeting Atletico Bilbao. And I say Tottenham Hotspur away, Kobo Bodo, it's me qualifier. We will have an all-English final. By the all-English final, we will have English clubs in their league log. Manchester were 14th now. We are having Tottenham Hotspur who 16th on the league log currently as we speak. So to go into the final, and bit in the bowl Manchester, and a bit in the bowl English clubs for them to have 5 football clubs in Europe to contest next season. So Manchester automatically they will have to compete in the Champions League. So Tottenham Hotspur automatically they will have to compete in the next Champions League. But in common it says Manchester United made the Europa League now. Or more claims of victory over the superior of Ancelotti now. That will be a question that will be able to say because we are having 20th title for Manchester United and Liverpool Football Club. And I don't know Ancelotti this season for the side of Liverpool Football Club. No, it will go down as one of the biggest things that might happen for Liverpool Football Club for them to equal that particular moment in time. But when you go to Europe, the Liverpool is superior than Manchester United. No, the cluster winning way so many winning the in the UEFA Champions League, winning that particular trophy for 6 consecutive times, and then Unya Manchester United or no winning twice on that particular occasion. And normally Liverpool come on is superior than Manchester United. But if say Ruben Amorim, it's me overcoming everything I've ever not find this season. That's all going to the finals or the Europa League now. The question is, Europa League, will it become a big moment of Manchester United, bigger than Liverpool Football Club and it's not winning the English Premiership title on the 20th time? And that will be a question. But for Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes, Harry Maguire's story with Manchester United has become one particular moment at DIABY. It has been a moment for Harry Maguire because all 3 Leicester City ever is out of Manchester United. Now he was being valued as one of these expensive defenders are Obo and Ediama the side of Manchester United. But the buyer na one enkoyin fama under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and an one Esha as editorial. The side of Ralf Rangnick by Omekisho so bit mabwa the side of Harry Maguire psychologically no with him abwana with him abobo in Manchester United into Biancoye. We've seen Eric Ten Hag that he came that still na the monobon enkoye and from Manchester United. At the game of boy against Atletico Bilbao in the preseason games in the 2021-2022 season, that own goal Timima Inaki Williams we actually make sure somebody to match that captain and bandy the free Harry Maguire and there the mobile say Bruno Fernandes. Omoji free in seminal, then one band a call from. But that was the moment that Harry Maguire needed to sit down and make sure so we might changing the story from being lemon to become lemonade. Why am I saying it? Because of say in last year October, when Manchester United was playing against FC Porto, and Manchester United red card no but that from It took Harry Maguire to make that wonderful cross for Bruno Fernandes to score that particular goal. Again, when Manchester United were playing against Leicester City in February in the FA Cup, when they were down by just one man, it took Harry Maguire to come back to make sure Sobetima shared that winning goal in the Manchester United. Then again, when Manchester United were playing against the side of FC Porto, even in the Europa League, it took Harry Maguire in that extra minute to make sure Sobetima had that fine header cross, Ama Casemiro to me the ball at the side of Manchester United. And there again, Enra, he did that particular major history for himself by making sure, Obetima dribble over the right fullback of Atletico Bilbao for him to make that sweet cross for Casemiro to put that cross into that particular back goal of Atletico Bilbao. It tells us Harry Maguire is back for the good, and Manchester United will need to extend his contract.
Mate, merasi pa de maestro. Ma menna ma umbra ne na player mention no yenye ho adwuma kakra mra ba pe na afi etiesi ne aba be di nkomo ba ba topic a ebe ka se dia fa ho no ni se mo hwe na mo fan to so emfa ma me na hwe na ya kuanim kama pa na ma me ensa no mawura mo etimi da mai na se ne te with a third term inside should get years of Kreku run again, or should Ghana football open the door for a new leadership? So I know na question a yebisa the no hwe se ne me si kone bibia ye free president ye do ni ade ni etete bi nkomo ze eye dia bia bibisa betimi abana bibisa abeba ene no enko na enkonko yese open kese no ye mana kwanya no nsan bra na ye mpo bi foforo bra na ye football no o ma men da no ni hwe ma na man de dia ment me ba man show Habib Navas mo be hwe ya ma me ansane abehwe da na 20 game no be bon ne no ene ade adi ma men na me ho ketu abi me ba ya pe na eye body e corner player mention no minti the first we after no onzo betimi asan de abanti enti ne hwe sele ne masiti
ABOU DIABY Jobi from Eastern Region Akwasimu Barcelona player leading the fusion session.
Hello, I'm Benjamin Boachi Setre. Idini Wojciech Szczesny.
Abu, the friend Rabuni, player and a friend of Wujie Sesni.
Hello, Captain Abu Dhabi. Efremi say to Mugabe, drop on so. The goalkeeper no say and he pronounce it, Wojciech Szczesny.
Fantastic Abu Dhabi Mayula and Kasano. I'm the player Modinato Mprofano Sono Washes Chesney.
A friend Meshach, the player name is Roger Chesney.
Good evening. Ginja Pedro, Kasafri Kakwa. Research Sesni.
Fakye Sports. Good evening. If I friend Wujie Szczesny.
Yeah, your friend Gato Sona. Player ni dey no. Your friend Wujie Szczesny.
Good afternoon, Fakye Sports. Your friend Michael Mifri Achimtafo. Na Barcelona player na modern Bayern. Barcelona goalkeeper no. He did the Wojciech Szczesny.
Hi, Fakye Sports. Player now on that your friend Wojciech Szczesny.
Good evening, Abu Dhabi, and greetings to you and all your crew, to Maestro, Habib, and Divagas there. My name is Lord, and I'm from Abuna Studio, and today's player mention is Wojciech Szczesny.
Good evening, Abu Dhabi. Dennis Neo, you don't have friend Gatusu, assume. Keep on an Indian Wojciech Szczesny.
participate in the Europa League,
Hi, Abu Dhabi.
Manchester City season.
But I'm in the
first time Manchester United after missing out in the European Cup.
But you're playing in the Vujek Shejin. Vujek Shejin.
In that battle.
Salima Dansa, Piabon de Bonaquatri, Piabon de Abba Fifi. Pona Baby de Coroye, Tiaboxon, a chance for Phobia, Nasibadi. Pona and crossbar, no sope. Can't say name why I attend live from Metro TV, live and original TV, Alpha Production. And at the live coverage of the 2024-2025 Ghana Premier League. Hamza Issa, Baby, I know Jade and Kobe.
With me taking lead, you know. But Hamza, I think, one can so, and a boy, be to be yeah. So Hamza is, I think, the next time I was on you because this glorious opportunity at the Maoba and go to me at the ball on to
Kumasi Asante Kodokofona and Yampre chances. Now someone to me for about Tottenham. The last time at Phobia Unia against House of Folk Night Kevin Osiasibi, a control Bonabona 10-10. Atibona, beautiful control. Phobia from Anthony Pebble. Well, let's see Bonabedi. Kumasi time for Kotoko. This should be the opener. Kumasi Asante Kodoko. My goodness. What a tackle. My goodness. Fantastic defending from House of Folk defender. Epiani Sabano. Our Tottenham. My goodness. My goodness. Look at that game, Shenibio. Fantastic defending by our standard. Lovely pass. Albert. Now should Dabi. What a tackle.
World class tackle. And Calvin was it. Let's see. So go to me up one more away performance so far.
American still player mention on the first na kwa kogu second no as in mbie mu mamonti player your dasu you see academy Barcelona or ye Poland ni dino send ye bono na wa record video ne dia ba me ba be pije me mu a mesa makwan na ya bo video no say no kra Ghana bibi obi ano ye wa chede no ebebre after no a ebebo ni dino a say the nema esi ati edi mu amudi kan no yadi kan abomodi am video no ya boy de amamontu so mfa de ne ba betim de aba 0207543637 0207543637 menko na me ne ma beja for no to aso ni nkomo kakra de etia ne ze issue na me de to no o ma me ensa be kasa fa me mom be 7 minutes we am asam mom be free ne ahwe de under 20 game na ene ebebo no nti eno ne da no medikian kaze ne kejezo cricket 10 minutes ade na sere nkofu zika ho asem no ohrepa impa no sere ne mesi koma ne sisi a ehu behia ze yensa ma na konya no nkom premier nsa so ana se Ghana ehwe na yempo bi obeba na waba bebo na ne ma da diere mama show asemu amesha ase wo so sere me kana ne sere we ni si do wadwen che ho ne say
kids I think maybe a kid so when it comes to African football, being elected as the second vice president for CAF. I think he has done very well for himself as an FA president at Old Ghana football. But if you would ask me, say Numana Kate Hababaya for Ghana football, say me Numana say me Hesse, young man another term, I would say a big no. I would say a big no. The last time I started this argument, said when you talk about the core fundamentals of our football, it's about youth development. Ghana AGD Ghana your national teams no AG na AGD no. We track it back since 1992 bana. The successful nature of our Ghana Black Stars has been the foundations of our UG juvenile football.
Yeah.
To share the likes of Michael Essien, we hear the likes of Sammy Kofor, we hear the likes of Sulali Muntari, we hear the likes of Asamoah, any of those kind of players now. There was a proper projector. The FA no chemu at the corner FA no Ghana football no the tour. So you see Steve Napier, Sammy J, and other players on which pass it through the under 17, under 20, and the under 21 normal go into the Olympic Games. And they will see a proper transition of these players into our Ghana Black Stars. So players will buy into our Ghana Black Stars because of say Omabo from the moment from under 17, under 20, under 23, Herbal, they will have that kind of core telepathy. They will have that core harmony. They will have a certain identity of football. So Black Stars able game within that short moment of time. Michael Essien, Sulali Muntari, because Stephen Apia, or because the Sulali Muntari, Stephen Apia, and Michael Essien, and together they require now bomb watcher from under 17 and under 20, and most of these youth national teams now. But baby, the last time a Ghana Black Stars under 17 Echo World Cup, they did very well. Under 20, we saw under 20 going out in the African Youth Championship when we had cluster of players. Omutimi Kwaji that particular tournament no Rwanda. Right from Somoje Rwanda no, and PMO Egypt ko board under 20 World Cup under Kwesi Nyantechi. Obuko under 20 World Cup no, they did very well. They da Yumo, Glasna Wakumo, Dominic Adia, Ransford, or say a lot of players. Ishmael Yatin you're dropping out went in. But these players no Eko Kwaji the under 20 World Cup. Here called the 2010 AFCON Ewa Angola. Coach Milovan River saw the potentials in these kind of players. Ochusu majority of these youths under 24 no share the Ghana Black Stars Echo Angola, and they did very well. They performed and they call finals. Even Angola more than this. The host nation no was share Angola by 1 goal in the quarterfinals. Echo into the semi-finals, also go into the final stage of Angola AFCON 2010. That same people they don't come into the World Cup. See, a World Cup, the history of Africa after say Ghana settled that history, and that's the Cameroon settled that history. Now Morocco for able to me accepted the same history. I'll go into the semi-finals. Ghana, Cameroon, yes, I did in 2010. And I said,
for Senegal so count.
Senegal so count. Cameroon, yes, Senegal, yeah. Ghana, yeah. 2010 South Africa World Cup. But besides the South Squad, na coin, na 24, na omum. Because we saw the proper planning and the fundamentals of our football. It's a transition goes smoothly. After say Michael Essien, Sulali Muntari, Stephen Apia, every the Ghana Black Stars now. We saw a certain Ajimabedu, we saw a certain Dominic Adia, we saw a certain people that transition come at the man the Ghana Black Stars. These same people saw Ghana Black Stars in the year 2012 AFCON. You're going to the semi-finals, you're free. 2013 AFCON. You're going to the semi-finals, you're free. You're called into the 2015 AFCON. You're called into the finals, Kobo against La Côte d'Ivoire. After say you call 2010, you're going to the finals, no. Not 2008, Yankasaya who stood to semi-finals, a free. But 2010, you're called finals. 2012, you're called semi-finals. Zambia 4-year frame. 2013, you're called semi-finals. Burkina 4-year frame. 2015, we went into the final stage of that particular competition against La Côte d'Ivoire. With that same transition of players, proper. In the under 20, no, you go into the final stage of 2015 AFCON. You go back in 2017, you do semi-final stage. You frame 2019, and in this particular era.
Now we see, man.
Now we check that particular standard of our Ghana Black Stars, Ghana FA, as a Ghana football. So Black Stars ni economy. That's a Ghana football, local football ni economy, and that is the reason I beat my say FA ni born of modern. But ever since I came to Kobe saw the Ghana Black Stars mono, and so we saw the FA mono. Yen check the performance of Ghana Black Stars. Black Stars scored 2019 AFCON, right? And that's the first one was 2021. Was it 2019?
No, 2019 called Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Cameroon. 2019 was
normalization.
Normalization. That's Egypt.
Yes, Egypt.
And about Cameroon.
2021. For the first time since 2006, if we move in the group stages of that competition, total embarrassment to Ghana Black Stars. The next AFCON is also calling the same thing. It's in the group stage of this particular competition. This time a year, as a Ghana Black Stars, for the first time since 2004, the Intimian qualified for AFCON. AFCON should have been the normal tradition of Ghana, but Intimian fan called the AFCON. When you talk about the Ghana Premier League, since Secretary Kweku Befa, Bisum as FA president, you check the sponsorship equals of our Ghana Premier League. You check this season, the Sakura League, you check most of these things are cost within a Ghana Premier League under the watch of Ketu Kweku. What's saying? Wayebi. Mekas one year he has done very well for Ghana football. For the Ghana football. And it's a Ghana local domestic league, you know. For the last time when you use a Ghana Premier League, it's a Ghana Premier League club. They go into the final stage of Champions League. Or the Dreams, Akko. It's a semi-final.
For educational purposes, Ubebusa say, why are we even preaching for third term and now third term Hong Kong? In football parlance, if a president our Hong Kong say or third term and now only Hong Kong. Now from the highest or the apex of football governance body, that is FIFA. Oko FIFA emrama Hong Kong say federation, you know, ubia or chef FIFA Sibiano. Omra obeshe ewu kroma or the ball should be mra govern all football, but omra should not exceed FIFA now or yet the mother body. It is our Ghana. Untiminya association of Ghana. I know what's omra now omra so saying Ghana 1919 constitution. Because what's a Ghana into which a Ghana embrace. That is how FIFA ends for ACT say, oh Shemra as a football association, omra should not go and then beyond the FIFA emrate. Now FIFA, Hong Kong saw a FIFA president, I would call 3 terms. The answer is yes. FIFA, I was 3 terms for president. Same applies to CAF. Into a FIFA president, Hong Kong ultimately call for 3 solid terms. That is 4 year, miensa. O exhausted a new year where you may see. So, Oko 2, Oko 1 year, 2 about year, so be it. CAF, the same thing, since 2016, and also by our YBC. So, CAF President is here, Dr. Patrick Motepi. Hong Kong so running for 3rd term. So, OPE. No, Konya to Abamana. Now, in Ghana, young football association, I'm running different. The executive council and the Hong Kong say, we ESCO member, ultimately 3 terms or more, ESCO, no sanity. But for the football association, in our constitution, as the laws of football are here, 2 terms for the football association president. That is MRI existence here. Now, normalization, Dr. Kofi Ambo and the committee, amendment into our constitution. They did not touch that particular part of the constitution. The also FA president, a bit more running on 3 terms. I remember our physicians and surgeons, our crap. Year to 2019, FA Aba. I was present, and near my baby, Yabubo, so I near Busa, way more or Chinebi, assemble about Momi and Fair and Sankawa. Now, such a baby, or why a yaw. Open ba ko no di mutintin ba pa into ofiakon lawyer and sorry gina mu say de niam yi koyi mama ya amfa yan san kan de ma we ya ochina e will come back and hunters and football for ne say DIABY na already sa suggestion e won niam be hu nipa ba ko no time na chi ya bra peni Mickey Charles ono so suggest say ye nye sa niam ni nyina but because na football for say o ma for football are na niam we e bi te say 3 terms no I will say you can't want some and what you for say regulations and you are outmoded kieni na yen trans yen discuss and yen scrap the or say yen ni why but football for say o ma football and yen tum said the tie na yen started football na football back to normalcy e be say football for nsema o mo ho kwan so o mo ankasa be ko extraordinary congress na niema bi wo so o mo ye no o ma sesa no fast forward yakoye nim e mu ni ejina sisia now say FA president ebetimi asesamra na say FA ne betimi asesamra na it is in the duty of the executive council say esco ne be propose say constitution na e ho ne nya amendment ne nyi mra na e ho say president ko 2 term no ne yemfa ko 3 terms na any FIFA ne CAF de ne nyina nye den entai say esco no air that proposal no e the bar the proposal need to be sent to CAF need to study through to see say amendment na e dey aban proper it goes in line with CAF mra near the FIFA. FIFA also need to study to see say a go in line with FIFA and so there. Say a passes and the money, then it comes back to Yaya Kuma. They are calling for extraordinary congress. The members of the association sit down, deliberate on the matter because it has approval from FIFA, it was approval from CAF. You didn't come on congress members, also you 2/3 of congressmen present are 75% and above. No, then the above constitution say henceforth going forward this amendment has been done into the constitution. Where I sit, of course, where I sit, or my FIFA and the CAF there. FIFA and the CAF. Extraordinary Congress, Herbal Sukuma, near Jetum Kuku. I will want the FA president. Say Obinya 3rd term. Reason they say Kuku Kate Wayebi Onye Nina. But I thought say baby over far football no. And if I go by on one way say over far football when the football air data. Say this head money show be as over far association. It has been tainted. If we are saying in Jetum after the time and I can't ever no GF and Casacridia describe GF as crime scene. I what your fault say and your baby papa. Also businesses and in Yamako, such place, you know. So we inherit it will take time to make sure that we change the face of Adena Oyen. And in about 5 years, I already for Akunya so Maestro about lapses and as a challenges here, especially from the national team side and I think Nina a open secret Ghana Nibia in him. But time goes on, things keep on improving. Now we be AFCON the Yanko. And when it comes to World Cup, I had the 8% national team footballer. Your chances are a bit me qualify on when it comes to club side, local league now ABOU, I agree perfectly. Your next sponsors are in your person Yibinya. But Yebi, when you are in the system, now how are the AFA try to bring in 1 or 2 things and yet enough. And I will not sit anywhere and say, if a president, if the Omania enough sponsors, and they are back in league, in the clubs, it is not like that. But they are doing their own within their powers. Like I said, because if you know any proper grounds, and the money will have a break. Myself, I've had an encounter. One will be a corporate or the open sponsorship. And they are one club. The message they give you and then they say we will need time to see how our football said Niama Kakrebes trust Kakrabede ever start to say ABOU. And I'm very happy say I did back for 4 years. Na AD and football ninya am I in local football na because now sponsors are the match fixing allegation, bribery and corruption and then the man will be all the core marketer and what. But for once this year we're almost ending the season. I can't 4 matches near Premier League. Today near Division 1. Those things, some negativities, no, yente around when you look at the cash them young policy, the referees, and then Quadanano Yebo at the 15-way cup finals. Ghana need a Angelos, Gatanga, a young boy, all those initiatives, of course. I think say your passing run will crew my say, not Kate Esther, the OBA my contestant. But when you win, find one in my books, I think so, or cut 3rd term at the boy, especially now that he's CAF second vice, no, not because of that position. When you see, he will be able to lobby 1 or 2 things for the growth of Ghana, young football. So I'm in support of it. If their passing run, say, I think
but as everybody are 20 game now no dia ko go family 7 na mama na yanko.
Not for the purpose of how I respect your seat now 7 minutes and come in about 2 minutes and now 1 minute.
Oh, are they?
Because I'm for the children twice war.
Yeah.
Na kwaso nye kese nchen wura.
Oh, okay.
Keta be kese a changani in football no.
Ntiase.
Yes. Keta be fa akunya no. Keta rise pa. Wa rise sa to a level that obi o football mu bia be pese obi duru.
Oh, okay.
By in football ni nduru ba bi ono akete kra pese in football ni be duru.
Sana o.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Me ni obi anya adwen da so be ka so obana football ni e dead. Enu nti de wire de yemo na baso. Me ni obi anya sa adwen no enti ase de enti an say ye be fa Fakye sports ni nim say ye nya sports o TV we so da. But we trusted them who see a bit about the age man we won't be giving excuse to Mpanimfo said money money you.
Yes.
And you have starting here you.
Yes.
We won't be giving those excuses. Before we took the job, we knew say
yes.
I didn't need that. Yeah, baby and for the challenge is baba. We are running for the challenges.
Yes.
He was in football before whatever happened. He was an ESCO member. The whatever was in the football, he knew it. And of course, Tanis here to with my gun of football. So I don't want to get into that conversation. Say, na football no good. Na football no good. Say, na hat go good. Na go to go good. Na teams who are more Juma. He knew the rot. He knew said this was a dead something, but make tomorrow resurrected. To make for a man. And to what about my excuses? Don't give us excuses. If you can't do the job, just put it aside. Go your way. We go away. Yes. And to me, no behind this conversation. Me no behind you to more cancer. Yes. Or buy a local football. Or bano na a conform dada. Or bano na a conform dada. But you need to crown. Now you want do TV born Mary. Yes. Near share papa. Star Times. Near Star Times. But only my idea. In this, I may funny me no make you see the urban or what. Yes. Start times where need GTV sports platform no coin and most of the amount almost make me in football. Until you believed in them, you trusted them to give them the opportunity to make man or meant me in there. Here for the year of football. Blue. A porous a year coverage of the my which of course my in your home. Until based on that, Kate mum. Oba not come the footballers and then I have yes. They are come more government say and nothing government say among for call neighboring countries and Tokanya and Jado on don't be so much players they cannot tina krum ha. Yenyesika to pick up some among for yenyesika insisted mu krum ha. Yenyesika ato ba sama among for yenyesika insisted mu krum ha. Yes. Oko kai say aban bi. Of course aban bet maybe but park e papa e bo was krum bi aban na reso enye GF na ye ho aduma. Park Bena David didn't submit to say, you need to see you. But GF Herbal so, you can leave when you hear crown or Ben Stadium back, you say, yeah. But to Munti maybe. Young blasters blasters blasters.
No, they are qualified for World Cup.
But check it question times, spoils and blasters war, and I was saying, Kotaki, find a my rice master. See, Kwaku, GMPC. Me say, Oba no. New man na blasters ni Ghana idina yie no. Waba be say no. Yet na Africa ye kwa nyade. Oba ye sign and see news dooms ne me dem akoma ni kakra. Me boa. Yeah. Saje no so under the normalization say for kotokoko nanim. Ba wanu dreams dey no. Yeah. Too far anything to say dem be man no football nkwala de na wo ye no. Cut them young. Nice initiative. Am I a referee papa mudi in football no? But some referees papa no mudi in football be drum perform be corrupt because he into omuka. Yes. What is the need? I'm fast so ni so. Me catch point blank. Me fan wada. In tisameti hey, the care tire no. Well, rise one no personally, me na me care, na me GFA couple, me second wife one and bibia. So that na say na voice and me boss say, we need sponsorship na den and you na tell me obi or dealing near there. Sansa yem pese bet you show working, ya duma. Na me say kenya duma nanka. Ya pese obi yanke ba ka say be GFA yi. Onye adwuma ni nuru ba bia. A on kan kire say, ye man tete. Then why you so special? It gives him the audacity. It gives him the emphasis to tell Ghanaians and say, I'll go for a third term. Yes. Then I can't tell bro, so extraordinary. That he makes him think, say, him and his co-host think that he can have a third term. Oh, Ghana football. And yet, total disrespect to Ghana for them to even think, say, they are vying for a third term. Yes. What have they done extraordinary? Yes. Ghana football, I said him who yet. The juvenile side, juvenile side now, come on. What is the need? And the 20 year quack almost started a 20 more heaven. Your friends and cronies of human here, which of course will be a whole by a doors one, you become one. Yes. Cat initiate why you say, oh, money from here to over discover some money from by Mr. One year she to Ghanaians, man is hard time.
There is a man at Cat
doesn't deserve that.
But now you're under 20 no nany boy in first game. Now MON-FRI TV party with mama. My candy acho. Ze nyambo Sunday week. Ma memoda. Na ye ma memoda no. Any series here shonkono na was your bomo di ma memo pa. Your Sunday week no. was a mama mi ki fi brekum na oba na oba be ginani ti Fakye TV na no media ba enchu be ne ma na ye no nwanwa pa na fi so akono e fi yi pa ti ye ma me no nyambo akwase de we na otwemo am sorry no oro pon aso ya donko na wa ha 1:00 PM pepe na wa say planning committee ni ejuma event committee ne be ye no kroma nyambo a Sunday week ne hu time ni na so be ba wa ba be didi eduana apene aho unye one way eduana bia o era fi e be sam ma drinks abenuma fi ni so papa wan kaza no ma boza ampa me maya hye mo no maboa mane ma koye pet me da man me pacho oba tampa wutie mi a on the 11th May 2025 o peye o Kumase Bantama ye ni presby sorry kese me di ni hwe edu ramu abepo uramu juo na bisa uramu kiti ape Fakye TV a ye robe ba bira ye kwan ne ye wakre wo krum super ye gi ani wi atama ape bia no obetimi fia no wako na o ye dwuma ko bi na ape so ba be so yase na dwuma de ye na ye kra be hwa akwanya ne da ho onso wo fie na wutie na e ka wakoma zo bibi abebo modin dia shechi se yiska ana mu bi ni niam bi kra na embeje a ye beba abegi na ada wase waje atum so be ni nyame hia over friend number we na nkomo bia na empinfo adi ne ama number bia wo de kakra beto so ama ne aboa na ye de ahye dwumadi na chi ama na ye kra be 0266 303 733 0266 303 733 Fakye TV party with mama oba tampa didi abo for moboa majuma de ne de aba kama pa eya muzu Herbal iron boat medima forever lovers band and Fakye do gas asase natural mineral water o madaro ma ne unso no wakwenya so be fe na abo ma ne ma de ye pa etimi de ma ne ye ma de na ye hwe se ne ma de dia new Swiss stadium na cheze league match ne de beba ba ma me national we no 6 PM no dia Congo ene o man Ghana na de ebo ni after no over sere ne mesite ma na adwuma bedu akase dia fa ho because mo ne jini 2009 esamba be ramu e de ekọ ye nima akokoje World Cup so de man na say na adwuma bedu akase dia fa ho.
This kind of tournament brings a lot out of the players, and the most important is to concentrate and get the first win. In every tournament, your first win is very crucial. If you can't win, then you need to get a draw. But for what I've seen, the kind of preparation they have had, the kind of squad that they have selected, I'm very, very sure that we will qualify from the group stages. Normally, we want to go to the World Cup. So the first priority is to get to semi-finals. When you get there, then you trigger and see if you can win the cup. When we went to Rwanda, when we had the meetings with the coaches and the management members, the first priority was, guys, let's try and get to semi-finals and qualify for the World Cup. When we got there, you allow you to have rest. You go there, and I told Andrea, I said, no, there's no rest. He left only 2 games. Let's fight and win the 10. So, but we don't want to start thinking about that one. Let's start to think about how to get to the semi-finals for the team to qualify for the World Cup. And from there, we trigger it and see if they can win something. But with the group we are in, I'm very optimistic we will stay through.
All right, yeah, command management but about more data to have us. Mama shall say also in check now your national under 20 no airball first game. There is a near course on the deliver take a crack. Na yahwe say be we na amfa enyine okroma yen support those emfa because Ghana for yen from down Ghana DR Congo dey krantina ultimi gaza amfa okay na ultimi gaza amfa oh say edu baby a ye come major tournament a ye onema bibra ya na ekum ne se the city and I think say omo no oh why you say you need your machi from day one no dey come me catch us as now let's no mo dey buy no still mo catch us a mistake o ma when is a mistake no me ba to want the match on players bi mu ma no mu din wo list ni ma asa now aga na ye bobo no mon kan squad no but who say a negative things the team na chi a fa baby no emwa nti ma ye mbom nie kwaku he squad ni ni me ba o hwe mu din a nana kwa me boache JC number 5 FC Sheriff on kaga na ye squad no oni o obeba mu din baba be Clinton JC number 22 menye sure say Clinton wo Clinton my the American what I say yes. There are players who within wa ha omon report here but players be wo on tie en favor kaku but me I don't want it to be like send Ghana or man near better.
Ghana, next year be send me to us here. Let's know more on and yet Umudina wa. Be bringing you be wa.
Hello, they hear about Conona Hurry.
They will be send me to sir.
Say, listen, who's it? Man should eat in. Almost, and I told you over come major tournament. You release list before I send a tournament national.
Yeah.
Asat 3 days ago. None she be the list. Kona kagana ni dia kugu. I did change the list to the buy. And media me man today. Now you struggles already your call the team no.
Yeah.
Catch you drop on without any reason or Ghana or that's bubble. Your players will be a drop more Ghana. Reason they say every of cover former back from and new coach with new problem about them. Our teams in the at home. But no more players no money do almost no club or release our foreign based players no. Within the squad now a goalkeeper do my eye as goalkeeper or on count. Here our club here our Bama Canada under 17 are convincing about under 20 Morocco on count. Your team near our phone club here do my bomb you don't know part of the team. Well very Mahama by the junior friend BB Ame Mahama. He's a very good player. Michael Ame Mahama. Very Mahama and Barono. Yeah, he's a very good player. But team your players go with Diwaha, they are not among cutting moves. Indeed, for so if he Vas Sherman, why? Men Percy a bear see can't as 7 o'clock as a my show. A quacker is or movable now can be a book. I'm paying about some qualify for the World Cup and actually, yeah, Cocker.
Sasana Mokano and Tias said a viable match. They knew a viable match and they created that mess. So when you create that mess and I want to deal with you as I have to deal with you, men found a match that time I could come over and pull him down or whatever no me. You knew say who creating mess. But who creating mess, nobody can then you blame myself and truffle. So what but why now on a normal day when you sit down. Now you say we be a esco whatever member change. Now tonight now say oh head ya me ankasa me ya. You see say the way and say you nya dey sisi so sa. Ba ho be ye be cows ye bobo nie kan me Ghana ni. Me Ghana ni I'm working as a professional person to be boss no me come to me sit here. Say Clinton do ni ho. Any omo a won ma say me ni ho a. They need to give us answers to those questions. Under 20 captain wo ho mo so man fa na anko. Ba obi ti bagwa fe no wa ba. What is the sense in it? MON-FRI will be an amity during the African Games.
Yeah.
Because I believe in coaches or Bobo Nivia, Yankopon, when I soon am bomb page and Yankopon on two soon yadies. Bobo Nivi, now being Yamia Dumtini, we need a coach, I mean, shut down trust us. But when you a coach and you come and you talk about tactics, if you are about 7-10 minutes, I'm a boy saying to me, when a mammy to do, I respect you so much. But what he's been doing since you 20 African Games about me, who know my ye? Nanchada who know my ye. So we did Juma Mawa. Menyasho says yes, sorry near Baha. No, my ever was Sakatu Baha. I remember from Becas and Betina. And no interference. They are protecting their brand. So I understand and I support them. But when they go beyond certain things, I need to question them. When I come here, you tell me the kind of stories that you pick and come and discuss. It's way too much.
Yeah.
So when you're a coach or whatever, you have prospect now. See, so now things are going the way you don't like her. You just need to honorably just sit aside and let the mess go on. Ubi anim baby adiabechi. Keto Kreku want to be in charge forever. Even if you have to give him 6 terms, one day, those 6 terms the banner here. But when you are truthful to yourself, now the new mess how the year Juma. People will come and see say, oh no, maybe you are camp A, but we are genuine guy. When we give you the job, you can do it.
About this really, yeah.
That's how it's supposed to work. And the Ghana team that way, you can't see the team and say, "Me analyze the Ghana game." What are you analyzing? We had a core of a team. You are good team now for team before.
Well, one should say, "Oh, my first squad now." Or the Kwakumo hero. Now see a tournament here with defenders 4. Nana Kwame Boacheno. Wamba the only female. You be defenders 3. Yeah. One thing about Candy is a Makati Ufoi. Ebi wait me about as Eronesa. Also wait me about as right back, wait me about as left back, as centre back. Apart from where strikers be Mokraba. Edi dey na edge. We all local we crab we say Africa na here boy. The local guys in them Kokobo. Say you qualify for the major tournament now near beef up. with that foreign based player because you do ono maybe a league near about we a team be a person can turn the player at the U level because you train there go go cranny fee wa no more teams are kissing but other ni nyas problem my show
we are on enemies we there mama master ni abemu because
yabi say nkomo say national team bia eye na yema yi and the under 20 John friend yako Brazil about 2009 we won the 20 World Cup against Ghana who say against Ghana Brazil under 20 team yanche no e ho na ogu national team no because on your proper project for Brazil under 20 we dey check it that squad number against Ghana Black Stars 2009 they brilliant me room in the Brazil national team they brilliant me room but no more fine footballers. I think the Double Costa was part.
Alex
Tessera was part.
One Juliano be born on the Bobo.
When to me, they brilliant me in the Brazil national team. We go the third I say the players they disappoint them. Governments and I say if you know part to play when it comes to say who organize juvenile football and I say who organize under 20. The Ebema players in the tournament now the more you do, they say preparation, how you prepare your players. The more you do, they say how you organize your players. Because Ghana under 20 tournaments in Ghana as a whole, you have 4 times DIABY.
Yeah.
4 times. You have 93, you have 99, you have 2009, you have 2021. The last time under 20 Intiman qualifying was far back in 2023. And at this time around, you have to Intiman qualify here. For what I know, all African games in the Kobo and purely these players no mujina or them are Ghana Black Stars in the all African games. Most of them no me 20 players. You bowie no munya that gold medal them are Ghana no. You could see saying me I know say a lot of things now come. Wafu Zombi tournament we've seen a lot of players just like you were saying. The captain of that particular side of all African games see are dropping on for nothing. For no explanation. Or more different selection they call Wafu Zombi. Different selection they both friendly matches. Bako FIFA abroad food you move in back with you say at least the Ghana if you know a war near my papa the Ghana Black Stars or more near my papa the Ghana for 10 years. So on your track data at the Ghana foreign players or more money. That's what to meet you in that particular young stage now. They will have that zeal to play for the Ghana national team when the right time comes. But local for mobile, I'm not sure. Say young Ayas or goalkeeper number 1 at this moment in time, or who will glove or no? Or hey, than a 20 for Ayas. Or more than that first on their league club. They will never allow their player to come and play for the AFCON tournaments. They will not. That Canadian guy now working. The club Melbourne will never allow him to come to Ghana and play the under 20, not under 20 World Cup. We are talking about under 20 AFCON.
I almost you do be almost on your fair to you.
And this one my fair.
I know now we are boy and Omono Sena, Omono son almost or mobile. But this same problem cost here. That was 2019 year Kobo Olympic game AFCON AFCON 23 no. Was there also Mabuka you say French money? I Gideon women here boy. I do you know. You're from the same problem.
The same problem. And we know, and you're not 20. Even Black Stars. Most of the clubs know it's me.
But AFCON blockade. AFCon they can
almost me blockade. DIABY. And come on and say, you have a lot of youth players over here in our country. You're calling a 2209 World Cup. How many of them are here foreign players?
You cannot consider Chroma for.
Consider why it's no more Chroma. Most sorry, I'm saying Ghana football. But one telephone and book boy players don't want no. You was a munyo muyenis. Mwankasa mumpom. Mwankasa no mumpom.
But you might be share now. Abib, yeah, dear, 3 minutes.
Yes, yeah, well, 3 games to play, and when you follow African football, now country back one, the youth system no are very stronger. Obuko tournament, even at the national team level. I mean, if you say a lot of youth, Senegal. So when you have a group that comprises Senegal, Central African Republic, and then DR Congo. Fortunately for you, our last match against Senegal, what you have to make sure obey to cement your qualification is that the 2 teams now in the pecking order. You do everything within your means to make sure say ubenya results. And DRC one of those teams. Before you about Central African Republic and say about against club and the second trend there Senegal. Listening to Emmanuel Ajimaba doing come on now no. It is one thing I think say yes as a nation a boy say you drama and for so when it matters most, you need people who have done it before to speak to the boys and encourage them, tell them what they need to do to side them and give them that motivation or dressing rooms. And I felt say playing against DRC and 6 p.m. No, forget of everything surrounding national team. We are there already. I think there are so many things that it could have been done better. Say this is where we find ourselves. I've spoken to about 2 players. When you listen to the cry of the players and the Angela Ifribana, they have a legitimate concern and a solid point. But when they go within the hands of affairs and they felt that the fact that you played all African games nationally does not guarantee you to be part of this. And almost some legitimate reasons here, player A, player B, player C, young Fred and Franco. So we a coach now tournament that you have chunk of players to select from. It is your sole decision to pick ABOU, to pick Maestro, to pick Ricardo Varas. It is your responsibility. You take the glory. And never backfire. You have questions to answer. Baby, that's MON-FRI say, where when a squad or four say, or Monebebua. Now, when it comes to club releasing players, sometimes players also matter. Where I have problem with the AFI, any technical team, they say, there are some players on a commitment level. Any from you know say Jerry free in the club CD Luga club ne can someone release the player went to their office and told them say I am here because of Ghana.
Now on only the na emani nye we ne say uze sa lugu for no nyom player Nigeria. Exactly. Lugu no bolo a lone player. Oye se Saudi team ni and no alone now. There's no one catch on the massa. Me member ha ni Ghana sa catch on place Ghana nature me abo me hoka. E no oboye no ma. What they need the compare that boy no Ayas any Canada ni na e mre no ho. Into ono na nkasa no ongo fighting go Canada. So you clearly understand the reason in here be mo am. Ore list ni wa. Dreams FC, Mediama AC. Supon Fidelity FC or Ghana. Young Apostles. Oba Intala, Dreams FC, Lions, Cheetah, Urema, your local base players, Omododo no crime is there. Omundube 80 kra. Do you understand? Why is in a concern? They say, yeah, all African games. Yeah. I me Anazoni. I know on Hakim Suleiman. Randes FC, I can't say Kabadi Suleiman. I know Crana was every dink when it becomes a quarter tail or no so crazy. I have to proceed. What you are listening to on the lineup number. It is coach this MON-FRI. May I trust him a lot. He's one manager. I believe in the capabilities and the technical know how he be able to handle things. Now when you promotion I call Black Stars in any we want to see say he will prove something for us. When the going gets tough, call tournament when you all your arsenals. And sometimes they say you make good use of what you have because baby is saying you're and I'm so you should try and do something. On the lineup on him, goalkeeper Agidio Siakon, McCarthy, Nebekati Omo, Da Costa MP, Emmanuel Vincent, Ishmaelado Joseph, Amanko Oku, Ionessel, Andrews Jabin, and Feni Dennis Mafo. Miss Aziz and Abdul Hakim Suleimana and the Hakim by name is a lineup for me. We play an AFN. I don't know him very well. He's a prospect. Coach John Downsoni Made Ewo Sussex senior high school coach. When coach Kelvin, they saw yes, I think Canada. They saw the talent in him at the early stages and developing it so well. And those of us are one or two positive effects. I want to so I drew baby and whenever I see him, I boast out and say these are and the amount you say you involve yourself in players deal and any other and we watch the national team the best of luck to see he's one for the future. Ghana, you didn't say you have to turn it from the under 17 and then the bank account. I think in no time, and the next maybe 2-3 years, and Black Stars can trust him. I have a strong belief.
Say we win the game today.
Mate, and then is there Kumasi Mayor Koko Ramo Adakojachi, Koko Shia Kotoko, Wide of us for Honorable Zuba.
Proper motivation.
One person I share one-on-one say na ni din koma be enjoy pie Honorable Zuba.
Yeah.
Share one-on-one say na ni din koma.
Very positive.
Honorable Zuba no.
Very positive.
The first na me padi ba be be honorable do the bodyguards or the open video. As I share na be break.
No tinti dey obi tun.
It's Honorable Zuba. And as mami take akra na.
That's so.
Mami take akra.
Abop wa ya ho sa oyini so nim no. Abijan ba na wusu. Abop wa ya ho sa dako. Nya ba beje kotoko no ya ye dia kodu ba bia ye fe. Na se se de mu na mo ye. Enya ma medrio. Na kotoko no ya Asantefo ye japade kese pa ye fe nya ko. Ena mama say ku say ya Asantefo no ye no ma mienu. Sante ni utumfo say tutu. Wonni susu. Fiwa Asante kotoko. Eno ene ye de kekan sa Asantefo. Enti Asante ni bia japade kese pa na Sante ni. Nemo Sante ni japade so a esum ye nso bo ene kotoko. Enti kotoko ya mugbe enipa omo akoma di machi na ye mpempem e do so sen dia ya mu no stadium no ye mu bebre wa kotoko etimi kuom bebre kotoko etimom business
ezi Honorable Zuba no ya bo cha when you say ba the super class she video mo komo pa na ya on sere university ha say who still club ya Kumasi Asante kotoko player mention na che mu ze bi mo ba ene ade a sai we amumi nti na afie nti player so boni dina yempege mu ne enko timinim Zaire ready na mama e de no ato aso di omo aye yini de omo aka eche won di ekoti di na ngaza
Wojciech Szczęsny
ne de eden o ze munya we na
Let's say W no pronounce
V say Poland de be can say Polish you know edina I use ya no hwe Lewandowski ni diwe Lewandowski da do at omo kan Lewandowski abibi akọ na Friday quick na ye nyene
yeah kweku ma mencha mi schoolmate ba kon I Kasim Redwan the old school near friend Suarez so share I think of things so bro we gidi say BBI fine we cha kwan so nkoso na yenche obi a o hwe na otie anwumre obompaya kai Ghana under 20 na say gina kono anwumre na yemfa positive results
well there go
Baku yancha ya shafo na yankanchom say every single time moment national fi omontimi hwe na bibia ntimi nya kama sanso na ye CEO edma manseto phones accessories ene me chan manseto we heavy water na me chawane
Majo
Yabi
we mama ene anko
ye ko na mamenchia me yonko baako Gideon no say Jemfi we cheche ni omo St Monica's Senior High School Asante Mampong which me chacha kwanso nkoso kwa nkra no bom ho ban yi mame nkra no madam
akwa cheche ni ala police
cheche ni
Inti ombo ba
me yonko no ombo ho ban yi
okay Rosero is kela with police
oh yes Gideon ogidi bom ban
akwa so ochia wa General Bubulebu ye so ochia na muda siru salifu so ohwe o
muda
muda siru so ohwe o
I mean, we're now. That for those. I mean, I would have seen we have a child, Imano Obulebu. The man premier call Yabo Cherabano Pa, 6 o'clock a.m. Every is at 9, but Bonafia PGM. Yamfa, I won't tie national under 20 Nechi. Some be German and Sonoma Concording. Yadamunin say.
Playing some good football at the moment. For commentary, Fakye TV. They are playing some good football at the moment. Hot water rotaries. How much you born on? I put up on 10. Next to the bay. Hey, Luta. The Jeffrey Femo. Boabo. Luta Nekwu. Boesha Lutawu. Boesha Lutawu. Luta. Me I say.